Okay, we is live. Let me just do one thing quick and I'll get to you guys. And done. Oh no, what is that? I'm not sure why I'm getting weird notifications just when I'm starting my stream. Anyway, hey everybody, Jeremy Adrian here. Welcome back to the Final Fantasy XIV stream series. Welcome back to the channel. Hope you guys have had a great weekend. Oh, it's so good to be back in my usual streaming place after about a week or so away, 2 weeks away. Yeah, anyway, for Final Fantasy XIV, lots have happened. Like a ton of crap has happened. First of all, I am now in Stormblood. I'm in the game's second expansion, the current expansion before Shadowbringers hit anyway. And let's just say I've been blazing through the content, and so much has happened story-wise that if you were watching my Road to Shadowbringers catch-up streams, like back-to-back, there's going to be a huge story jump from the last stream to this stream, because after I was done with all of my E3 work coverage and stuff, I just went straight for it. I just plowed straight ahead and didn't really look back. So don't ask me to recap story. I can try, but it's probably not going to be accurate at this point. But good to see everybody. Hope you guys are doing great. Happy Father's Day to all you daddies out there, or soon to be daddies. Is it even Father's Day in the West? It probably is. Anyway, who do we got? We have Mazidi in chat says hi. Hello Mazidi, how you doing, bro? What games are you playing this weekend? I know Final Fantasy XIV is not... Like, I've looked at the analytics of my channel, I've read comments in some of my news drop videos. Final Fantasy XIV is an acquired taste, believe it or not. And I wish someday I could break it down for you guys. Because when I first started the channel, that was my intention. I don't want to make a general channel for, like, one game. I want to cover all kinds of MMOs. And that's exactly the sort of demographic that we have. Like, the types of games that people like on my channel. It's huge. It's a wide variety. So it's like, you hear some people talk about their opinions about Final Fantasy, and then you hear others. It's a really interesting thing. And, of course, one of the things you have to learn is that, you don't have to hate a person because of their opinion. Just because they have a different opinion than yours doesn't mean you can't be friends or things like that. I've gotten better with that over time, and you have to be impartial in my line of work. Anyway, we got Lord 𝑏𝒂𝒍𝒍𝒆𝒊𝒍 in chat says hello, hello Lord 𝑏𝒂𝒍𝒍𝒆𝒊𝒍, how you doing, man? What you playing? And Mr. Gambino says hello, hello Mr. Gambino, good to see you guys. Oh yes, that's right, I forgot. First order of business for me actually is to turn up the death count, because oh gosh, it's embarrassing. Something did happen on Friday. So I was recording a Patreon vlog for members of my Patreon, the awesome people that support me on Patreon, and it was for an E3 recap video. And unfortunately, I was doing it while playing some Final Fantasy, because you guys know I'm rushing to catch up. I died in that video. I was going through the dungeon, the tank died, everybody died, so I died. And people saw it because it's on Patreon, so I consider that as the public space. So death counter goes up by 1. It's now 5. Don't worry though, I still believe I will not hit 10 by the end of this entire experience, all the way to Shadowbringers. Okay, what do we got? Okay, we've taken Alagiri. I suppose I should catch you guys up on where I am in the story, in case there are some people out there watching this that don't actually play the game or haven't done this part before, because I know there are some of you out there who do follow this stream week after week, and you guys don't play the game. So first and foremost, Heavensward done and dusted, and we had to take the fight to Mhigo now, which is the homeland of people like Raoban and Ida, who's actually not Ida. As you'll see, there's a chick on the far left without a face mask that
remember how they laughed.
Who's talking right now.
Alliance and resistance soldiers, eager for battle, trading jokes as we marched east towards the peaks. Beyond this last line of defenses lay the locks and the city. Breaching it would be no small feat. But we beat the Imperials back, just like that. And we liberated a village, the first of many.
It's my character in her new samurai awesome armor. Yeah, so don't be confused by that. This is no longer Ida. She's been pretending to be Ida. It's her sister Lise, who spoiler alert, Poppy Limo is no longer with us. Oh my god, there's just so much going on. Alphino's twin Elize is back, and so basically Stormblood had us going to the far east, which is where we are. Let's go to the world map real quick. So for the past expansion in the base game, all takes place here in Eorzea and Gervania. This is where Heavensward is. Now we are actually in the far east. You do get a little checkbox here. When you click that, we are now in the far east. This is where the Stormblood expansion takes place. And the entire story here is all about liberation. We're trying to liberate Mhigo, which is one zone by itself from Imperial Command, and Doma as well, which is this zone. Doma is the homeland of people like Yugiri, who's that ninja thing. And there was this other samurai, Gosetsu, who is no longer with us. And yeah, so it's all about liberation. And it's been a pretty decent story. And I guess I'll talk about my experiences between how much I enjoyed Heavensward versus Stormblood later on the stream. But so far, it's been decent. It's been decent. Now, if anybody has questions about the story, feel free to ask, because I can't bring up the entire summary on my own. It's going to be hard, but I do remember the different stages of the story, so I'd be happy to talk about that. Alright, let's check in the chat real quick. Mhigo says, found out Fell Seal, a quite charming game of the Final Fantasy Tactics style. Nice. Mazidi says, I'm fine, Adrian. I know you don't celebrate, but still, how's your Raya? It was normal for me. Raya, for those that don't know, is a national holiday down here in Malaysia, and anywhere else that celebrates, really. For me, because of my line of work, I'm a freelance writer who writes for international people, so I do not get like public holidays or anything. I don't work following local, stuff, so I don't get holidays. I work on public holidays. I work through weekends, so it was all right, I suppose. Midicloran says, also here I got to be in the level 4 MSQ. It's a lot challenging without the fighting chocobo that I never remembered to summon. Yeah, that's right. It took me a long time to get into the habit of getting these cabbage leaves called greens, whatever. And this is how you summon a companion chocobo over here, which then you can put into a DPS stance, a healing stance, and they do gain levels too for any new players watching. This is the sort of UI that shows you what rank it is, how much XP it needs, and of course it does have its own skill. So very handy if you're a solo player going out in the landscape just doing things. Just know that in some areas you can't summon them. They don't follow you into dungeons and everything, and of course you can change your appearance. So you got Vasena in chat says, yo, hello Vasena, how you doing? I remember seeing you on Discord like a moment ago, and you are playing Final Fantasy. So who watched the producer's letter live, that live stream on Friday? Pretty exciting stuff, huh? Like, because I'm a player still catching up, a lot of the stuff didn't quite compute with me, but yeah, I got the whole trust system thing. That one I'm pretty excited about, and I'll talk about that later on. Okay, so 3 towers to the east. We are now going to, I suppose that's where the last remnants of Imperials are. And I believe I'm in the home stretch of the Stormblood expansion, so after like another 8 or 9, 10 quests, and then I'm totally done with the expansion, and then I'll head into the post-expansion content, which are these patches, right? Patch 4.1 or 4.2 all the way up to 4. Whatever it is before Stormblood, Shadowbringers comes out. Okay, so we can attack from the north, or we can attack from the south. So you see now why Velodna, if I got that right, was so important. Alright, let's go unlock Alagiri. That's the last sort of like major hub that I need to do. Yep, it's right there. And then there's a dungeon, so hopefully we'll get far enough into the final dungeon of the Stormblood MSQ and the final trial too. I do remember seeing there was a trial here. And then I'm good to go. Bazidi says, will you stream Astelia? Yes, I will stream Astelia. I just found out, by the way, that because I pre-ordered the legendary package for Astelia, which was $99. That's a lot of money. Anyway, their CBT is taking place on June 25th, and I will be streaming it because there's not going to be an NDA, so anybody can stream or make videos or guides or whatever when the Astelia CBT goes live. So I will be doing that. I've been studying everything Astelia pretty hardcore, basically, because I've got a video on that coming out. Some of the stuff that I'm hearing, what these the publisher for the West, Baradhor and EA, what they're saying, there's a lot of similarities with when, if you remember, when Blast Online was first announced for the Western market. There's a lot of similarity between these two games, so we'll discuss that in a future video. But yes, I will be streaming both CBT and live. We have somebody asking, are you playing on a Japan server for a better connection? Yes, I am playing on the Japanese servers for better connection. I'm based in Southeast Asia, so it makes sense for me to play in a Japanese server. Plus, people are nice. There's not a whole lot of communication, obviously. I am in a English-speaking guild, so that does help. And some of my sister is on here, and her friends are on here, so it's all good. Anyway, for future cinematics and stuff, as usual, let me know if the audio is okay, if you guys are hearing any sort of feedback or echo, or can you hear the NPCs. Let me know if there's something wrong, and I will fix that stuff ASAP. So, Raban, there you are. Imperials fled at our coming, and we took to the village without fight. Your timing is impeccable. Alright, we're gonna seize more ground. This is us fighting back, finally. Most of the Stormblood expansion has been that. We, the Scions, are coming, we're like the Westerners in the story, going east and liberating place after place and sparking the resistance in, you know, Doma and here as well, Mhigo, and for the most part it's ended badly, which is why we fled to the Far East in the first place. We got Nick Squire in chat says, hey Nick, how you doing, man? Are you an ESO? Okay, next up, strong and unified. So we're gonna have a meeting, right, for strategy? Yeah, so I expect to do a lot of talking before we actually get some action. But when the action comes, I think it's gonna be good, because this will be the finale. And I'm level 68 at the moment. I don't know if you guys can see that, my XP bar at the top. Hoping, gosh, I'm hoping this entire quest chain, all the way up to the end of Stormblood, is gonna get me to 70, because if not, then I'm probably gonna have to go. I've got to resort to some of the challenge log stuff that I've been ignoring, like maybe completing the Fate one for some 500k XP, which is pretty decent, or I'm gonna have to go and do something I haven't done in about 2 years, which was the Palace of the Dead, or there's a new one now, I believe, in Kugane in the Far East, something called Heaven on High or something like that. Okay, cutscene. Is that everyone? Let's begin. Alagiri is ours, and for mercy we took it without losing a single man, but we dare not grow complacent. Specula Imperatoris will not be so easily won. That sounds like a really nice castle, or... Xenos over here is the bad guy this in this expansion, and I have quite a lot to say about him. As a bad guy, the main bad guy in this expansion, this is Xenos guy or whatever, I don't know, there's something about him that I don't quite buy as a bad guy. Okay, this place is massive cannon. Alright, so I guess we gotta fight cannon now. We need to take Specula quickly, both to limit their ability to look at our force on the field, and as shield against attack. To the assault then, the main host will commence a direct assault. The Scions in reserve in Alagiri. Oh no, we're being put on the bench for this, and I suppose that's a good thing, because the past like 40 quests or so has us doing a ton of stuff on the front lines. Yeah, Lise on the other hand, she's taken, this is a homeland. Lise is from Mhigo, so a lot of the things that are happening here is very personal to her. Her sister's dead, father's dead, all fighting in this resistance against the Garlean Empire, so she's very, how do we put this, gung-ho. And here's the thing I noticed about Stormblood in Final Fantasy. This expansion, more than any other expansion in Final Fantasy, has given you a lot of these dialogue choices, which I don't know whether they're consequential or not. I don't know if this has any sort of choice that matters in here. Maybe the dialogue will be different, but I've noticed at least a 50 or more % increase in the amount of dialogue choices I've been getting. I say if she wants to fight, let her fight, because that's Lise. Apparently she's supposed to be the new leader of 𝑎𝒻𝒊𝒍. Oh, so I get to stay with Alizé. Yeah, no problem. You have your orders dismissed. This is one of those rare times where I'm not in on the action, but I guarantee you something's gonna go wrong and we're gonna have to go save somebody. Haven't seen Y'shtola in about 20 quests now. When we came back from Doma into 𝑎𝒻𝒊𝒍, we just found out that Krill, one of the Lalafels that have been around, got kidnapped. So this should be an interesting next hour or so. Oh, hang on. Deep within an Imperial research. Okay, so now we get to see the bad guy, Xenos, that we've been talking about. He has this former 𝑎𝒻𝒊𝒍 warrior that became a traitor and is serving the Garlean Empire, who has volunteered for some Captain America experiment from the looks of it. And I suspect this will be a dungeon fight or something? Oh no, okay, that's Krill. Never mind. Oh no, they're experimenting on Krill. That's not good. That's the traitor in question. That's the one that sold out her homeland to fight for the Imperials.
Oh, my head.
Let us see.
That's Xenos.
So, she lives. Impressive. Or merely lucky, though that too may prove a useful trait.
My lord, what have you done to me?
That northern England accent.
Though we Garleans are intellectually and physiologically superior in almost all respects, we lack the hereditary traits required for the reliable manipulation of ether, hence our unique inability to wield magics. This
Oh, I see what they've done.
deficiency, for want of a better word, saw us subjected to decades of oppression by the lesser races, and we were eventually driven to seek shelter in the cold northern reaches of 𝒂𝒍𝒍𝒆𝒊𝒍.
Spare me your backstory.
Fortunately, said region was replete with vast deposits of ceruleum, which proved instrumental in the development of Magitech, a revolutionary technology conceived to compensate for our disadvantage.
I'm guessing they took Krill's magic or ability to harness magic and put it in this beast
It
here.
was with Magitech that we grew strong, that our nation became an empire. Yet, ultimately, this was an extrinsic solution to an intrinsic problem. What I wanted was not a crude device to be used in lieu of magic. Through modification of the Garlean genome, I argued that it might be possible to enhance a subject's ability to manipulate ether, effectively empowering them to wield magics.
There you go. I win.
Alas, my theories were met with consternation in the Imperial Court. Only Lord Xenos, with commendable foresight and wisdom, deigned to support.
You gave me this treatment, but I'm not Garlean.
𝑎𝒻𝒊𝒍 through and through.
Traitor.
What you have been granted is far greater than mere magic. Before that lesser light, it is as a second sun.
I am informed that Alighieri was recently occupied by the Resistance, and that an attack on Specular Imperatoris is considered imminent. This could provide an ideal opportunity to test her performance in the field.
So there you have it. We may be on the bench, but she's gonna show up,
Skulls.
and we're gonna come in as the
They have
cavalry
joined the
backup.
garrison at the watchtower.
Yes, my lord. By your leave, I would rendezvous with them and lead a counterattack against the insurgents.
No. Even were you to leave now, you would not arrive in time. There is another duty I would entrust to you.
So there you have it. That's your look at Xenos, the the bad guy in this expansion. Oh, Thancred. Nice. Okay.
Found
Cool.
you.
I wonder if we can get Krill out in time. But anyway, I was saying about Xenos, I just don't buy him as a bad guy. Just everything about him, his face, his speech, he just sounds like a really toned down Ramsay Bolton from, you know, if you know your GOT. Anyway, let's check it in chat. I see that moving real quick. Let me catch up to you guys in chat. Nick says, yeah, I'm an ESO, enjoying the Necromancer. Awesome, awesome. Yeah, I've been rushing to finish up my Elsewhere chapter review. So for those of you that played ESO, feel free to share your thoughts on the Elsewhere chapter, because I'll be dropping my review anytime within the next week or so, before Shadowbringers comes out. So yeah, feel free to let me know your thoughts. We got Zihilus Gaming, sorry if I get that wrong, says it should get you there. And I guess you're talking about getting me to level 70 then for the main story? If that's the case, then great. I was hoping it would, because the last thing I want to do is grind for levels. Lord Midichlorian says ESO. The one thing that annoyed me was Vestige. We'll need a long time to find out where in hell is this guy. Go out 30 seconds later, Vestige, come here, we found where he is. I know what you mean. As a new player starting out ESO, when you go back and when you do the Prophet main storyline, every time you finish a quest, and if you go out just far enough to the main nearby city or whatever, the Prophet pops up again in this holo kind of Star Wars vision thing, and he tells you to come back right where you came from because there's another quest to pick up. That usually won't happen if you're a brand new player, in the sense that you don't have the level requirement. I'm not sure if they removed that yet. Mazidi says, I hope you already eat ketupat lemang and so on. You deserve a rest. Keep up the good work. Yeah, I did have one or two from, I can't remember where I got it from, but yeah, I did. Rest is coming. I'm done with E3, so no more late nights, no more staying up all night. So now that E3 is over, I can rest and focus on videos. And my sister just invited me to a party because she wants to be my Grab driver to take me places, which is cool, I guess. We have Fate in chat. Hello, Fate. Fate says just spam the dungeons closest to your level 1 or 2 times and you should be good. In my case, alright, these are my roulettes that I haven't done, and they're going to be reset for the Japanese servers in about 30 minutes, so I'm not in time anyway. So for Stormblood, I've got 3 dungeons unlocked. The Siren Song Sea, this one was on the way to Doma the first time. Bardam's Medal was a really interesting one. This one took place in the Doma area, and the entire storyline in this part was pretty interesting because it reminded me, how do I put this? There were a lot of themes, like I got Avatar vibes from it, plus the entire arc of for any Game of Thrones fans out there, like when Daenerys has to become the Khal or whatever. I was getting a lot of those vibes from that area. But this dungeon in particular, there's one boss where there's no fighting involved. It's all about just dancing your way around AoEs, and I found that to be pretty cool. So closest I've got is Doma Castle, and this is just pretty straightforward. So we'll see if I unlock one more, and then I guess that'll be closest to my level. So, full of fire and eager, weren't they? Well, I wouldn't worry too much. At least he spared me the trouble of having to speak up. I wasn't about to let this go alone. I am gonna get, as for gear, the gear they've given me, like, look at that. I just recently changed my gear, like maybe 4 quests ago, and now they're giving me a whole new set of level 68 gear. So, and I was very close to going to the marketplace and just buying gear. Thank God I didn't. So, Gazelle skin, give it that. That is a huge increase for defense. I guess I'm going to need it. I just hope it looks way better than what I have on, or else I'm just gonna glam it back. Yeah, that's my shiny katana too. I can't really see it at night, but whatever, I'll stick with it for now and update my gear set. Okay, before we move on, I'm gonna finish up on chat here. Fate says dialogue are kind of just flavor text to build your character, and I guess we're talking about the dialogue options that they give you. So yeah, it's kind of sad because when you give me options like that, I would love to know that there's really going to be some sort of tangible differences. MMOs can't really do that all that much unless you're playing something like Star Wars The Old Republic, where if you know BioWare, you know that in their games, some of the choices that you make kind of do have like consequences and repercussions. So Midi-Chlorine says, my main sword to help the flames with a sword. None of our classes use swords. Yeah, that can happen. That's a writing issue. We have Orion in chat with the nod. Hello, Orion, with the nod right back at you. That's a Final Fantasy XIV joke, because you're going to see characters in your nodding in every cutscene all the time. Midi-Chlorine says, by the way, Minfilia returns, which is a spoiler. It wasn't a spoiler anymore for me because I watched the trailer, plus I watched the letter from the producer live as well, and I did see Minfilia in that trust system. So unfortunately, in my line of work, if you're gonna cover MMO news, you're gonna have things spoiled for you, and that's how it goes. Midi-Chlorine says, not liking the bring your NPC friends to dungeon system. Another MMO taking steps towards single playerification. That's an interesting thing that Square Enix decided to do. So the NPC trust system, first of all, is only for like Shadowbringers dungeons, so it's not going to be a retrospective change. So all the base dungeons you can bring NPCs into. No, it's just for leveling MSQs dungeons basically, and it's optional. So I've seen a lot of that where people like, oh, you're such a solo-ish player for commending Square Enix on having a trust system. See, I don't see it that way. For me, it's more of an optional thing. Like, I'll always prefer to play with other players, my family, my friends, my guildmates, because that's what MMORPGs are all about. Sometimes when you want the option to play solo with NPCs, I don't see why that's such a problem, especially if, let's say, you've never played a tank before, and you want a tank, and you have this dungeon now to do it, where nobody can see you, nobody can judge you, and you can learn how to play your job. Why in the hell would you say no to that? I mean, at least for me, that's pretty exciting. Plus, all the little mini dialogue with all the other characters in this trust dungeon stuff is pretty cool to me. So, I mean, you either like it or you don't. There's no issue with either of that. For anybody freaking out that this is going to make the game more single player, I'd argue that the MSQ is already so single player, and for all the millions of players that Final Fantasy XIV has, I think there's a good split between people who want to play solo, which is the story or whatever, and people who want to play together. And for the record, if you want to play the entire MSQ solo, some dungeons you have no choice but to queue with others anyway, so there's that argument's sort of moot. Jared in chat. Hey, Jared, he says, wow, she took up being striped down bare minimums and waking up on an experimental table a lot better than I would. She's truly a loyal to Xenos. She's got some real brute strength. I mean, they call her the beast for something. Mazidi says, I hope you can check out Hunt Showdown. Is that a PvP game? The one where you guys hunt for monsters and things like that? I may have seen that at E3. We got Bernardo in chat. Hello, he says, mate, there's a level 63 dungeon side quest in the Ruby Sea. Which I think I just showed up, didn't I? It's the Siren Song Sea thing. Midi-Chlorine is not a writing issue. There were 4 choices on how to swear allegiance. Vasia says pet. Midi-Chlorine says, I swear Minfilia mentioned in notes to new things. So George says, wow, loving that new jacket armor. Very epic cool. You like it? This one or the red one? Because I like the red one better. Because it was the only jacket that went well with my katana sheath here, so. Okay, so now we're gonna go patrol the area for Imperial forces. Finally, some fighting. I remember like a couple of streams ago, I was doing the main story quest and it was all just talking, of course, and people who watch the stream were like, I want to see some action. Sorry guys, I don't dictate the pace of the action. Unfortunately, Square Enix decides when you do things. I could of course queue for my roulettes, but I guess I'll just wait until after 11. Otherwise, the entire Stormblood expansion so far, in terms of the amount of story versus dungeons and pacing, I'm gonna say I found Heavensward's pacing to be better. I think, yeah, I find Heavensward's pacing to be better than Shadowbringers. As for the story itself, it's gonna be real close. I need to see how Stormblood concludes, and if we don't get rid of Xenos, who I still believe he's just not that sort of bad guy where, you could totally buy, alright, this guy's evil for a reason. With the Xenos guy, he's just evil because he has a real baby face and he does things to hurt people. He has no problem killing, without mercy. He steals the katana swords of the people that oppose him, and that's about it. I don't really know too much about this new antagonist's backstory or whatever, because it wasn't elaborated on. I don't know if he's still alive past 4.1 or whatever, so we'll see. Oh, there's my sister. Hello. Okay, let's see. I'm gonna ride one seat, and because there is a delay, what I can do is do that and then put it in the party chat so my sister can see. Okay, so while I get a free ride, Bernardo says, nope, Siren Song 61, tied to the main quest. 63-1 is at the underwater city, the quest. I'm not sure if I've seen that one. I may have missed a few unlocks as well along the way, but I'll be sure to go back and unlock as many as I can. As I said, like in the previous stream, my main objective is to get to 70, finish everything, and I only have 16 days. Is it just 16 days? I think so. I think I've got 16 days left before Shadowbringers, so I am in a rush. Which is not a good way to play, by the way. Don't follow me. If you guys are just joining in, you know, if you're new to Final Fantasy, hey, take your sweet time. I'm catching up because I don't just play Final Fantasy. I have, as you guys mentioned earlier, I've got Astelia, a new MMO coming to the West from Korea to check out. I'm also going to be playing Kurtzspell for a review. And then I've got World of Warcraft coming out. Warcraft Classic and WoW 8.1. Sorry, 8.2, Rise of Ashara. So, if you couldn't tell already, I'll tell you right now, I'm going to be busy as hell this summer. Just covering MMOs in general. And I can't just devote all my time playing Final Fantasy, even though that's what I want to. Or Guild Wars 2, or ESO, or things like that. My plight is real. Okay, let's check it in chat some more. Where did I last stop? Let's see. Space says playing with others is more efficient, but I've heard there are unique dialogue in each dungeon and characters. Yeah, that's what they showed off in the letter from the producer live, which was what I liked. For me, I play a lot of Dragon Age, Origins, Inquisition. Didn't really play a whole lot of 2, but I like that whole banter thing where, you know, people talk to each other, and, you know, Final Fantasy is at a point where all these characters like Thancred and Minfilia, Alphino and Alize, Lise and whoever else, they've all had so much time now. How many years they've had to build, and you've gone on these adventures together. So sometimes it may be nice to hear that in the dungeon with you, or in a duty where you rarely get the opportunity because the duty text that just filters out, it just goes by so fast, and you're probably worried about the mechanics of the duty rather than, you know, checking out what they're going to say anyway. It's just too bad that they're not voiced and you're just text, because if they're voiced, then it'll be much easier to keep up in the story. But either way, like I said, I think Square Enix, they can't please everybody because it's an MMO, and Final Fantasy is such a sort of like a single player sort of franchise that wants to give as much as it can to both types of players, as long as they don't sort of like, you know, sort of degrade the value of endgame content, group content that is, then it's no problem. Like, for example, you don't have to do the trust system for gear because you're not going to get any. The gear pools are kind of 1/4 of what it would be if you're playing with 3 other players. So I wouldn't worry about it too much replacing other players. It's just not going to happen. Okay, cutscene. Uh-oh. Oh, okay. The beast is back, retaking part of the bridge? I don't know, let's find out. Let's Rauban. Oh, no, this is our attack on the, thingy-majingy. Hang on, chat, I see chat moving. I'll get to you as quick as possible. Wham! Oh, big mistake. Oh, okay, never mind. I thought... Oh. Happy Father's Day.
You've improved, lad.
That's his son, by the way.
Come now, father. You lured the fool onto my blade, and do not try to deny it.
Our work here is all but done. What of Conrad and his men?
They are for the main tower. The Skulls have offered fierce resistance thus far, but Conrad seems to believe he can convince them to lay down their arms.
Then we will tend to the stragglers down below. With me!
Okay, we've done our duty, I suppose. Until, of course, whenever Fradola comes with her new magic powers. I don't think it's going to happen yet. Alright, I'll try to catch up in chat real quick. I see that moving a lot, and I want to be ahead of chat this time. There she is. Mhigo says, yeah, I see the points to it, but I don't know it's not necessarily going to do bad on its own.
Report.
Enemy forces have overrun the lower facilities and appear to be mounting an assault on the main tower. We have already received a request for reinforcements. A unit of legionaries has been mustered and is ready to depart. They await your orders, Commander.
Send him. I want to fight. Let's do this. One more duty, another dungeon. Oh,
Commander?
no
Tell
fun.
them to stand down.
Commander, if I may, our people, your people are still in there. They will be slaughtered.
She's no longer Alan Megan. Don't treat her like one.
You think I don't know that? I want nothing more than to help them. To lead the bloody charge. But I have my orders. Lord Xenos said no reinforcements. He would have us use the main cannon to destroy the installation.
What? Kill our own soldiers? You must be mistaken.
Hashtag just Imperial things. They do this all the time.
Mayhap you'd like to ask Lord Xenos yourself. I thought not. Initiate the firing sequence.
Shoot the Death Star.
Wars are won on the backs of the dead. Theirs and ours. There is no truth but this. We must remain firm and resolute and always, always do our duty.
Thinking about it now, he does
Initiate
have a
firing
Stormtrooper
sequence.
helmet-ish design.
Aye, aye. Initiating firing sequence. Release safety locks. Deploy main cannon.
Here, let's see this Death Star weapon.
Hansfrid, Rudolph, Emlyn. For us. For our people. For our future.
Future my ass.
I need you to confirm the target, Commander.
Oh, unless she's gonna shoot somewhere else, then. Let's see. Location. Name it.
Specula Imperatoris, main tower. Fire when ready.
I think Raban and Sun are out of there already, so. Okay, let's see this death and destruction from the What's up with her? It's an interesting time to get a headache. Okay, good time to check it in chat. I think. Let's see. Nick says, I play Hunt Showdown 2, it's awesome. Mazidi says, special about MMOs is they give you tons of options, which is great, not all though. Ryan Wolf, hey, Pinch, he says, never get into cars with strange people. Hey, Pinch, you should come and play Final Fantasy 14 with us. Come on. You'll have to sub though, so you'll have to think about that. Midi Carton says, it's the Batmobile. Omega says 16 days, but technically 14 or 15 because servers usually go down for about 2 days. Thank you for telling me that, so I know I'm not going to sleep tonight. I'm just going to might as well finish the entire thing. That's the cannon? That looks like one of my pan refills.
What in the seven hells?
Get out of there.
Long-range artillery.
Those treacherous bastards. Their people were still fighting. Full retreat! Now! Relay the orders!
Understood.
You just stand there. Get
All
out.
forces retreat! I repeat, all forces retreat!
I like how that piece of rock just came down out of nowhere. Okay, that's a bigger piece. Alright, get out, people. Oh, that was close. I mean, I don't know what I don't know what was so strategic about that tower. It just had like one satellite dish, so who cares? I guess they were just trying to flex their power by the 12. Did you see that? The main towers collapsed. You heard it too, didn't you? It must have been the cannon from Castrum, Albania. Yeah, they all seems to be having issues grasping the fact that this Garleans don't mind killing their own people or whatever. I mean, this is so... It's predictable in a way. Okay, we have to go right now. I knew this was going to happen. Okay, yeah, Omega, thanks for the heads up. 14 or 15 days, I should be done. I should be done in the next week or so. I'm just going to rush it through. Fate says, as far as I know, most people agree with you about the pacing. I think it was kind of a bad idea to focus on 2 different places and stories. Right, and that's about the Stormblood expansion in terms of pacing, because like I said, Stormblood, the entire thing is about liberation and fighting back the Garlean Empire from 2 places. You got Doma in the far east, and then of course Mhigo here on the border of Eorzea. So you start off by going to Mhigo, you get your ass kicked, and then you're like, okay, not gonna work, so we go to the far east. We do a whole bunch of things leading up to finding the future leader of Mhigo. Future leader of Doma, and you'll liberate Doma, and then once all of that's done, that's a good 30-40 quests there. Then you come back here to Mhigo and you do it all over again. So it's a very long journey, this Stormblood expansion is. But don't let that deter you. I mean, if you're a new player, I don't want to ruin the experience for you. You should check it out. Ryan Wolf with the smiley face. We got our Lim in chat. He says, "Hi guys, stream day. Woo, hey Lim, how you doing, man? Good to see you." Fate says it seems like they focused way more on the eastern side than on Mhigo. And Lim says, wow, already in the second half of the MSQ. Ryan says, Isengard. If you're talking about the towers, then yeah, I guess it did have that dual Isengard thing going on, right? Sorry, what am I talking about? Isengard's just one tower, my bad. Alright, let's continue this as we catch up in chat. And if I just focus in chat alone, we'll know that I will never get anywhere. Okay, let's see. Alien Mountain Seat 1. Let's do that. And the cool thing is, like, my sister is the Final Fantasy vet here, so she can just fly me anywhere. So I'm just basically bypassing everything else quickly. Omega says they 1/4 the loot in the live letter, but but in an earlier interview, Yoshi implied the trust would roll on loot like other players to stop you getting it all. I guess that's sort of fair, I suppose, because, you know, they have to compensate from you playing alone. Vesa says, what's your thought on Xenos, best villain in Final Fantasy XIV? Me, no, I'm not sure. Because I haven't really seen the full extent of Xenos. Like, I know kind of what he is, I just don't know what his motivations are, or where is he coming from, or what is he trying to achieve besides the usual villainous stick of world domination. I'm the bad guy, I kill for fun. You know, it's not as sort of gray like in Ishgard, where the Dragon War versus, you know, the Ishgardians, and in the middle you've got people looking for vengeance, people who want to preserve the truth. So you can see where I'm coming from. In the Ishgard storyline in Heavensward, you have very complex sort of writing in a way for the bad guys, whereas in Stormblood, I just don't know what it is yet. I just know we're liberating people from the Garleans, and the Xenos guy is just building up to be a badass. That's it. A baby-faced badass. Fate says Final Fantasy XII is basically Star Wars. I gotta be honest with you guys. I'm not... Final Fantasy X, like I said in maybe 5 streams back, is probably the only Final Fantasy game I've played. So I've not played any other Final Fantasy besides 10 and now 14, so... yeah, I can't really speak to the other games. Which is why me covering Final Fantasy on the channel is really a good thing, because for anyone else watching, you do not need knowledge of any of the previous Final Fantasy games in order to play. And my sister says you'll be surprised by Xenos' motivations. And my reply is gonna be ooh, because again, I haven't gone that far, so I don't know yet what that's gonna be. So are we here? Yeah, we're here. This is Specula Imperatrice. Robon's alive. We have Sieghard419. Hello, he says, oh shit, you made it to Stormblood. I know, I'm surprised myself. If you told me this like 6 months back, I wouldn't believe you either. But here we are. I'm committed to finishing it and getting ready for Shadowbringers. Omega says, it's not Garleans, don't mind killing their own, and Xenos doesn't care. We got Sword of the Morning says, hi, what class are you playing as? I am playing as the Samurai, who I am very fond of now. I'm not sure I will change to any of the new classes yet. Anyway, while we're at it, I'm going to ask everybody in chat right now, how many of you guys are going to be playing Hrothgar or Viera when Shadowbringers launches, and which of the two classes will you be starting out as if you're going to play them? Gunbreaker or Dancer? Mine is made up. I am definitely going to change race using a Fantasia. And the cool thing about this thing I made up in my head was, this character has been with me since the day I first started streaming Final Fantasy for the review. In June 2017, that is. It's almost 2 years now. 2 years. And with the white hair and everything, perfect embodiment of the Warrior of Light. Now, I've been playing on the benchmark tool on the character creation, and I've made a Viera who's the exact opposite. A little tone skin, complete brunette. And so, Warrior of Darkness is what's coming. We're all going to be Warriors of Darkness in Shadowbringers, so I'm going to be switching to that, and I think it's going to be a really great shift for me anyway, in my own head. So I'm going to be playing as a Viera over the Hrothgar, because I cannot play, you guys know this, I can't play like beast creatures or whatever. So now job is a different thing. I'm not sure I have the time to level a job or anything up to 80. I can only stick to one job at the time being because I've got so many MMOs to play and be. So I'm going to stick with the Samurai, but maybe down the line, whenever I get the time, I'll try the Gunbreaker, because tanking is something I may want to do. Who knows? We'll see. Minicorn says, Samurai says, yeah, that's a good move. Making the NPC party roll for items prevents it from being a strong incentive to go solo. Exactly. Minicorn says, it seems like they're going the best way. Omega says, I'll be making a Viera alt. I suspect it's going to be very popular. I mean, for any men out there, Viera. My sister in chat says, I'm not going to try the new races, but I will main Gunbreaker because of Squall. Hope I'm getting this pronunciation right. Squall? Squall. We'll go Squall. Right, Robon, I'm glad you're here. In case it wasn't obvious, the Imperials fired on us, which is so obvious. I didn't think they had it in them to kill their own men just to kill us. Gods damn them all. Where's my brother? Tell me where he is. I want to see him. The relationship between Alize and Alphinaud has been something pretty cool to watch. And one of the cool things for me, anyway, in this entire, how many months has it been now of me streaming, is seeing Alphinaud's arc and him grow, and then Alize coming in and seeing their kind of chemistry together. It's been pretty nice. Okay, Alphinaud was in the tower, but... oh, he's missing? Okay, so why don't I go find Alphinaud and Alize can tend to the wounded. Okay, search the wounded soldiers in need of assistance. I will do that. It's also great to see some of the Ishgardian soldiers are in here too. Because in the past, before Heavensward, you know, whenever there's a big fight against the Garleans or whatever, you have the usual 3 Alliance soldiers. The Gridanians, the Ul'dahs, and the Limsa, sea people, and now we have Ishgardian soldiers in the mix too, which is great. Ekarn says, I don't plan to play either. Jared says, Dancer, bunny ears too epic. Sieghard says, I will be a bunny, and I'm a Dark Knight main. Yeah, funny that the benchmark tool only let me check out the Viera in Dark Knight armor. Like, I couldn't check out the Samurai armor or anything. But a bunny class with being able to be a Samurai will be pretty interesting. Come on, Alphinaud, where are you at? Lim says, Hrothgar, Gunbreaker. Oh, I thought you were gonna Fantasia. Glad to know you're gonna change up. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna Fantasia. I was supposed to get a free Fantasia potion for completing the level 50 main story like 2 years ago. I've been checking my inventory and I never got that free Fantasia. So I don't have the veteran reward for like 30 days or whatever way back in the day because I wasn't a sub for that long. But I checked and I did not get a free Fantasia potion, so I'm gonna have to buy one from the store. Doesn't matter though, I'm not gonna be changing back and forth. I have her appearance saved already in the system, so if ever I feel the need to go back to this character, human character, I can do so, but she will live on through all my videos and live streams pre-Shadowbringers, and then past Shadowbringers, it's all the V era, so... everything hurts. I think I was struck by debris. Wait, I know you. You're Havelwyn, Ward of House Forton. We fought together in the Steps of Faith. You see, this little continuity from the past expansion, I like when they insert that, because if you're playing it back-to-back like I am, and you know you've just finished Heavensward like 2 weeks ago, like, this is great, you know, to kind of catch up. And see how people remember you and your deeds and cutscenes and things like that. Fate says, Bunny Dragoon, and I will try Dancer. A Bunny Dragoon, nice. The Dancer, okay, I know it's a DPS class. I don't know... Oh, there's Alfino, never mind, I see him. Oh no, Conrad, okay, I see what they're looking at. I'm like, why are we looking over a soldier? That is the leader of the Mhigo resistance fighters, and if he's dead, and I'm not counting on him to be dead, but I guess Lise is now going to take over as the leader of the Alamigan resistance. No longer called resistance.
Conrad, speak to me!
Don't die yet, old man. I guess having a good nap.
It was all so sudden. Conrad had just convinced the last few skulls to surrender when we heard the bang and everything started to shake. We carried the survivors to safety, but Conrad's... We have done what we can for him. All that remains is to pray.
Conrad?
Is that you, Lise? I can't see a damn thing. Well, that's that then. Time's up.
What are you talking about? You'll be on your feet before you know it.
It's all right, Lise. I've lived long enough. But listen, I want you to lead the resistance in my stead.
Don't say another word. You'll recover. We'll recover. We'll bring freedom to Mhigo together. We're not going to stop here.
No, you won't. Everything we've built, everyone we've brought together, I know you'll show them the way. You've got it in you, Lise. Not because you're Curtis's daughter or Ida's sister, but because you're you. Because you're you.
Conrad.
Lead them to victory. To freedom.
I will, Conrad. I will. I promise.
Rest in peace, Conrad. Former leader of the Mhigo resistance. So that's 3 now that we lost in this cycle. Well, 2. Meanwhile, in the chaos of Castrum Abania.
Next round, double the charge.
Oh, they're gonna fire again. Oh shit! Hang on. Do I know? Yes, it's Estinian.
Come, Nidhogg. We are needed.
Fantastic. After being AWOL for like... Holy shit. Way to go.
That's the cerulean pipeline.
Impossible! How can one man... Shoot the bastard! Shoot him!
Dialogue, man. Dialogue. Hey, aren't those the gunbreaker weapons? Listen to that Heavensward music come in.
My lance has slain far greater beasts.
This is what I love, what Final Fantasy XIV does. Moments like these.
Notify all units! I want that intruder found! And get the engineers to fix my bloody cannon! The savages are coming!
Cool. So we have another Ishgardian ally joining the fight. Estinian, well, he went rogue basically before the start of Stormblood. He kind of just took off from Ishgard. He's gonna do his own thing now, which is great. And we did see him kind of sneak up. I kind of guessed already. He showed up in one part of Stormblood, but then never seen again for I don't know how many hours now. But he's back and saved our butt there, so that was pretty cool. Okay, let's check it in chat some more. Midi-Current says, Dancer with bunny ears worships Hugh Hefner. Oh, that's the wrong sort of bunny we have in mind. We have a Serena in chat. Hello, Serena says, hey, JRM, I'm new to your channel and I love your content. I will be a Viara tank. I come to see how you're doing before going to sleep. Keep up the good work. Thank you, Serena. I appreciate the support. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to our little cozy family here, all that love MMOs. And thank you for saying that. Thank you for the support. Viera tank, huh? That sounds pretty interesting. I guess I'll see you guys, or I'll see you when Shadowbringers launches. If you're going to bed, you must be in my part of the world. Or unless you're in New Zealand or Australia, where you guys are about 2 to 3 to 4 hours ahead of me. It is 11 p.m. over here. You're just so hoping I could be a bunny ninja dancer tank job. Yeah, you can be one. You could be the bunny, and then you gotta pick one ninja dancer tank job. One of them. Still wondering how they got 2 new races to join the fray of the world. I don't know. I've been reading a lot of that. Letter, like letter 50 or 51, where Yoshida was talking about how hard it was to make new races and stuff like that. See, I'm only over the past year or so, I haven't really been into Final Fantasy in terms of keeping up with them, so I can't really speak about that. Anyway, Omega says you could make your Hyor human a retainer, which is a good idea. I may save her appearance. And Lim says, oh, perhaps you could check the Mogmail or the Veteran Rewards old uncle at Gridania. Oh, yeah, are you talking about the free Fantasia potion? Hey, I might just do that in case they have it there. Thank you for that tip, Lim. We'll do that after the stream. Midi-Current says, a performing mage plays an act and brings a Vera out of his hat. Whoops, you grabbed my ears. This is more. Omega says, Dancer does some really nice damage and support. It's actually crazy. I haven't seen any... Okay, I may have seen the trailer, you know, the one where there's this pink colored dancer doing all that buffs and stuff. And if I'm getting my info correct, they changed the dancer job, as in they changed the category, right? Because in a previous Final Fantasy game, it was supposed to be a healer or something, or a buffer, and now for this one in 14, they're making it be a DPS. So what's up with that for those in the know? Oh yeah, in-game party chat. What are you guys? I want to say a sexy beast, but what are you guys talking about? I have to deal with 2 chats, guys. Hang in there. I'm just gonna get caught up everywhere. Let's complete that. Okay, up next, what are we doing? The road home. Slowly but surely, Alphinaud is regaining his composure. Forgive me. Now's not the time for vows of vengeance. We must remain calm and rational and in control. The Imperials have demonstrated a willingness to fire on their own. So long as we remain here, we are in danger. And just to give you guys an update, my sister and a friend in chat, in-game chat, are saying sexy NPCs. And Estinian, according to them, is a sexy NPC. Really? What about... I'm a terrible judge of what male sexy... You know... What about Aymeric? Anyway, while that chat is going on in-game, what about the rest of you watching? For all of you, both lads and lasses, what's the most sexiest NPC in any MMO you play? Feel free to name them, and I will crack my head trying to remember faces or stuff. Let's go. We three will siege the commander camp's body, find my sister, and return to Alagiri. Huh. Sexy NPCs. Let's see. Oh, I can walk to this one. That's nearby. I'll get that ether thing later on. Let's just talk to Elisa real quick there. That should suffice for now. Go and join the others. So yeah, how about that? Elise becoming the leader of resistance now. She's a bit hot-headed for me. She's like rushes into battle and things like that. Alfino's been found. Elise is gonna take... She's gonna need a strong number 2. Okay, now I'm gonna go get that either current. Check in your chat. We have Boopy. Hey Boopy, how you doing? Good to see you. How's your weekend, Boopy? What games are you playing? Jared says, quick, change to the white mage and heal him. Seaguard says, plot. Phoenix downs one weakness. It's like reverse plot armor. Jared says, all these sad scenes. Final Fantasy is the only game I know that finds a way to make me tear up. Jared says, gunblades. Omega says, they are the gunblades I wish we got. So we're not getting those types of gunblades? I mean, we don't know for sure, right? I mean, for those that pre-ordered or bought the deluxe or whatever, you should be getting, oh boy, Cloud. I hope I'm right. I know I'm gonna get crucified by Final Fantasy 14 fans here. I think it's Cloud's Gunbreaker. Did he use the Gunbreaker? I don't know. Lim says, Estinian, best boy. Yeah, I like Estinian. He's awesome. Okay, what am I looking for here? Search for wounded soldiers. Wounded soldiers. Probably behind the block. Yep, there we go. Oh, wounded Imperial. Okay. Are we gonna help him? We are gonna help him. Hey now. We're not so bad after all. I just wish I could have the opportunity to kill. Like, if I want to kill, I kill. To hell with this. I should be back home in Ilsabard instead of taking fire from my so-called comrades. Oh, my sister and friend are going crazy in chat right now because I said the wrong guy. Squalls. Okay, it's Squall's Gunblade, not Cloud. My bad. See, I told you. My knowledge of other Final Fantasy games will put me to shame. I'm not going to apologize for that. The way I treat Final Fantasy 14 is that this is a standalone MMO experience. So, okay, back to stream chat. Lim says Imperial Gunblades and Gunbreaker weapons are different. One shoots, the other fires to make the physical attack stronger, hence Breaker. Huh. I didn't know that, so that's some cool info. Thank you, Lim. We have Levat in chat, says, hello, figure I watch this because I'm bored. Oh, thank you, Levat, but unfortunately you're gonna get bored too, because I don't think I'm the most... I'm playing to catch up and, you know, just talk to the usual audience here. My friends, basically, from the MMO, you know, from the channel. So, I talk a lot, and Final Fantasy is the type of game where, you know, because I'm doing the main story, you're not gonna see a whole lot of action. So you may get bored watching this, I don't know. But thanks anyway. Lim says Gunbreaker Gunblades are based on the original Final Fantasy VIII. Squall's weapon, there we go. Yep, I butchered it. Last one. We have Serena says, I am in North America. I've messed up the sleeping schedule, and I hope to see you in Shadowbringers. Wow. Well, I guess high five. I do that too. Sometimes I'll just like mess up. Well, I have a valid reason though. So, that's cool. Okay, back to Alphino. All the way back here. You know what? Never mind. We'll let them fly. I could have just poured there. Let me just ask them, you sure you two don't want to do something else? I'm okay on my own. Alright, back to chat. Omega says the Hrothgar and being retroactively added are the pre-existing lore as travelers from Isambard, and the Viera are explained in the Iblis raids in Stormblood. Cool. I will probably look it up. Levette says, did you know they remastered Final Fantasy VIII? I do. Well, I can tell you, I know there's a lot of Final Fantasy remasters, and obviously the franchise is huge, so I was watching E3, the Final Fantasy VII remake or whatever is so big right now. I'm not surprised if all the other Final Fantasy games get a remake. But yeah. Omega says, I do know that, by the way. Omega says, and no, Dancer has never been a healer, it's always been a support or DPS. Support then, a buffer. Omega says people thought Dancer would be a healer because Dancer was leaked as a healer. Oh. And since we got a tank, people assumed it would be a healer. It wasn't, and people got butthurt. I heard about that too, like everybody was wanting another healer job for some reason. And, hey. Can't always get what we want. Havelwyn, sorry. Havelheim is the name for all my main characters, all the main male characters. Well, so all my main male characters are called Havelheim, all my female main characters are called Havelwyn. So it's easier for me to remember, and it's easier for my friends to remember. Anyway, you just need to remember the Havel part, that's it. We have given over Commander Kemp's remains for safekeeping. I have no idea when. Rites must be performed. Oh, I'd be interested in seeing what the Mhigo burial rites are. But now, we must carry on, press forward, we must not give in to despair. We won't, and I'm about 60% into level 69. For the living and the dead, the question of how to move forward. Okay, let's do this. All Alliance and Resistance units have withdrawn from Specula Imperatrice. It's time to speak to General Alden. Let's do it. Where? Oh, there. Cool. Right, carry on chat. Vesta says LOL. Mazita says sorry, to bother. Can you explain the katana and the tree flower-like thing at the right bottom? Oh, sure. Okay. So, every class, aka job in Final Fantasy XIV has class mechanics. So for the samurai, it's a melee DPS class, of course, and to execute your most powerful attacks, you need to build up combos. So each of these three is one complete combo. So this one is when you complete the DPS extra damage buff, and the far right one is the speed buff, which is this one and this one, and then the top one is 1 and 6. So once you got all three, then your executable skill, this one turns into a colorful thing, and that does the most damage. So it's all about building up these three things. And then as for the katana here, that's a secondary gauge thing where it allows you to pull off some skills that are not on the GCD for the samurai. So you got healing skills, you have skills that takes you forward, jumping into a boss battle, or getting out of AoE stuff. So it's pretty versatile in a way, kind of why I like the samurai. It's just that I'm very poor at explaining mechanics, I'm sorry. But that's basically what it is. Vesta says, after Yoshi P explained everything, everyone seems to chill out from that. I don't know, like this Yoshi guy, Yoshida, short, I mean, no disrespect to him, he's like, he can do no wrong, like whatever he puts out, yeah, there's gonna be backlash or whatever, but right after the next letter, or the next time he goes in front of a camera, everybody's like, oh, okay, you know, it's alright. And, but you know, from the way he presented, like, this is only the third time, I think, I'm watching the producer's letter live, and you can see how genuine they all look, and they just look extremely exhausted from the entire Shadowbringer press tour, and I feel for them, I really do, because I used to work in PR, so I know how tiring it can be when you're putting out a product or something like that, so good on them for still sticking to it. He was a wise leader, he was a patriot, but above all else, he was a good man who will be sorely missed. One of many lost this day. Okay, let's pray for the departed. I'll bow my head too, I guess. We have suffered a grievous defeat, but we cannot and will not renounce this cause. The die has been cast. A Hold tight to this grief, this anger, and let it drive you forward. Let it be your strength and your shield. Sure, I'm not Alamegan though, so I don't feel this much. Unless it's one of the Scions, then we're talking. Okay, let's see. The Imperials are willing. How to deal with the castrum of Banner's cannon? Didn't they see Estinian do some damage there? Unless, of course, that was... Yeah, I guess we didn't pay attention there. No strategic reason to cease fire, which made the question, why did they? Estinian, come on. He's gonna jump into the camp right now. Let's do this. He's gonna show up any moment now. Come on, Estinian. I want to hear the Ishgard dragon song music thing again. Then I'll just go and see for myself if the cannon's still in operation. That's what I mean by she's very rash, Lise. Are you mad? Conrad put you in charge of the resistance. I know how you feel, Nago. I do. But I need you to understand. It wasn't long after Papi Limo and I arrived in Ralgus Reach that Conrad first asked me to join the resistance. And then he kept on asking. This is the feel bad phase. Okay, while they go through this dialogue, I'm going to check it in chat. Omega says, Lise is honestly the worst thing about the story in Stormblood. She's awful. Ouch, that's a little harsh. What did you not like about the Lise storyline? Is it a personality? Is it a character? Because there's a 2-year gap between when I first met her as Ida and coming back now and seeing her as Lise. So I've very quickly forgotten the Yida part of her, and I've been playing a lot with Lise. So I don't know, it's hard for me to separate the two. To me, they're almost very similar, except now we see her face. That's about it. Jared says Raven from Age of Conan and Sylvanas. I forgot about Sylvanas. Yeah, I guess Sylvanas is everybody's kind of sexy role model, I suppose. So yeah, I guess I can see that. Plus, she's undead, so there's some necrophilia. There's some necrophilia crap going on there. Yeah, Sylvanas is a good choice. Good one, Jared. Boopy says playing WoW, deciding on class is hard. So far, I tried the Druid and Paladin. Any suggestions? WoW classes? Oh gosh. Man, play whatever you want. I know there's a whole meta thing going on of, this is monks or this, or don't listen to all that. Just play whatever you want. For my archetype, obviously, I have a main Paladin. I also got a Hunter. I think Hunters are pretty fun. What else? Demon Hunters are fantastic if you primarily enjoy landscape content, or even as a DPS or a tank in dungeons. I think Demon Hunters are pretty damn special because of their mobility and the double jump, and they dash around things and that. Plus, their glaives are awesome weapons anyway, at least stylistically. So, anyway, what would you say? Would have done it if you hadn't asked for it, sir. I suppose someone's got to keep her out. Let's go with the first one, because it's inconsequential. Omega says that the gunblades we are getting are based on the 8 style, Final Fantasy 8, so the XIV styles are actual guns on blades. Thought blade was mated to a gun. Huh. Well, you learned something new, eh? Jared says, I love Final Fantasy 8. I really want a new Final Fantasy, maybe 6 for the Switch. Jared says, Alice said, looks like Alphina. They are twins. Yes, they're brother and sister. They are twins. Sorry to drag into this, Halfwin. It may not be Conrad's decision, but I'm not Conrad. I get it all the time. Just give me the XP and I'll be on my way. Next up, above the churning waters. How close are we to a dungeon anyway? I know you guys are hungry for me to get that death counter up, right? Well, we'll jump into one by the end of the night, I promise. If you don't mind, I'd rather not wait around and have people try to talk me out of it. Let's get moving. Oh god, how am I going to pronounce that? Nyeunkrup's Hope. The ship's stranded on the docks to the east of here. Okay, let's go to Nyeunkrap. Whatever. Let's go to the docks. Where be that? To reach the ship, we'll have to scale the cliff. No problem, since we have a flying car that works. Let's see now. Where? Oh, it's just there. Oh, sorry. Did I just cancel something? I'm just gonna check it in a in-game chat. Okay, trade. What trade? Who's trading? Wind up Mithra. Thank you. Yay, free stuff. Thank you. 5 MSQ to what? Okay, so I'm about 5 quests away from a dungeon, guys. Hang in there. We're going to go and get this done. And for all you ESO folks out there, stay tuned. Elsewhere chapter review coming very soon. Okay, let's go back to stream chat. You guys are a blast to talk to. I love talking to you guys in chat. Jared says, man, missed that completely. We have Elsu, the fluffy panda. Says, this is a game I wish I could get into. Ooh, Elsu. Oh, Jesus Christ. What the hell? Sorry, guys. My phone. The Herald retweeted and liked my tweet. Thank you. The Herald, if you guys don't know, the Herald, or the Crichton Herald, is a content creator for Guild Wars 2 and Final Fantasy 14 2. And she's awesome. She's been really supportive as a fellow content creator, and I love her stuff, so check her channel out. Okay, what's happening in this destination? Hostile presence. Get my... Ooh! Hello, hello. Okay, so for Mazzini, you were asking, right? So watch me do the combo. So now I've got 3, right? Of that meter. So that means I've unlocked my big combo unleasher skill here, which is that thing. And then I can do other skills that will raise this sense gauge, I think is what it's called. And you'll notice that I get all these other skills that are just growing right now that's off the GCD. So I can do this skill, or while waiting for it, I can hop from number 8 there. So once you get your samurai up to a certain level, you will have a lot of tools. And it makes the combat go faster, because when you're a low-level samurai, you don't have all your executables for the combo, so combat takes a while, and, you know, it can be a very slow process. But as you get to the level cap, you have a lot more tools, things go faster, plus you have this materia that you can place into your gear slots. And there's one for skill speed, which basically lowers the GCD cooldown and makes your executables faster, so... Sorry to keep you waiting. I see you met the golems. Looks like the old stories were true, eh? In a way, I'm glad. Right then, time to climb. I'm not doing any climbing. I'm getting in a car and we're gonna fly. There's no way I'm gonna take the long way around. Oh, that's actually pretty high up. Ooh, it looks like an interesting... That reminded me of Wildstar. Anybody play Wildstar? Oh, never mind. We climbed off camera. Great. That took a bit more out of me than expected. Oh, and what is that green thing? And here she is, Neunkrep's house. Hope. Damn it. House. Hope. The ark that one man made. It's comforting to think that there's always been people who cared this much about their fellow man. What is this thing? It just looks like it doesn't belong here in the desert. I don't just mean the ship. Oh, it's a ship. I mean, long before anyone started calling you your hero, you were there for those in need. You did things for people. Yes, yes, yes. More praise. Thank you, thank you. Finally. Can't have been easy staying true to yourself, but we are better for it, me included. Nod your head. No? No nods? Okay. I'll never be a leader like Conrad, or Hien. Oh, Hien! I forgot to talk about Hien. Hien is the Doma, leader of the Doma Resistance. Very good looking guy, I suppose, the way he was designed. It's weird saying that, but... It's better than that other samurai guy, Gusetsu. Who had a very good end to his story arc, I gotta say. It reminded me of, if anybody watched Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., the episode where the Patriot dies. Spoiler, but, strange to think back on it, we've been standing in different places. We came up all the way here to talk about this? Come on. Oh, now we finally see that the cannon is destroyed. So, I suppose we'll see Astinian jumping out of the shadows anytime soon? Anybody? This is our chance, Havelwyn, to avenge Conrad and all the others who died in the tower, friend or foe. So take castrum out, Bonnie, and bring the bastards who gave the order to fight justice. Won't be easy. I'm sure we can do it. Alright, so we came up here for a little chat. I'm gonna check in on chat right now. Yeah, Elsu, why can't you get into Final Fantasy XIV? Share your reasons with us, and maybe we can help. Mazidi says, please suggest me a good Malaysian gaming magazine. I'm gonna be very honest with you. I tried to start my own gaming magazine, which is kind of why the channel. Do you guys know what GRM stands for? In my channel title, you guys know what GRM stands for? But yeah, I tried to start my own magazine here. Didn't quite work out, so hey. I don't know. I have not checked out any good local magazines. Sorry, Mazidi. Jared says, are they sisters? Brother and sister. Oh, Lise and the other lady. Lise has a sister called Yida who is dead, and she wears the exact same outfit that, well, how do I put this? Lise was basically impersonating her sister, really. So you've seen both Yida and Lise if you play. Nothing, so I'm gonna go with materia. Okay, back to chat. Maker says, I'm amazed I've never crossed on any crusade against WoW for Sylvanas and promotion of necrophilia. Omega says, we lost Ida for her too. She speaks when she shouldn't, only to derail whatever's going on at the time. She argues with people for no reason. We're talking about Lise here, and why Omega doesn't fancy Lise at all. I can see your point, and he also says, and her attitude at the end of the game bothers me. That's gonna be interesting. I shall wait to find out. Mazidi says, thanks for explaining. No problem. We got Mikey V. Hey, Mikey V, how you doing? It says, how you doing tonight? I'm doing great. Almost at the end of Stormblood, and yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Can't wait for Shadowbringers, obviously, as I'm getting closer to knowing what the current story is all about. We have all that is here in chat. Hey, Leonard, he says, aren't they making changes to materia? I believe they are. Something about 12 not being viable anymore. But I still have like 7 days or something, so if I'm gonna... Oh, look, see, they're giving me another katana. And I just changed mine like 4 or 5 hours ago. Damn it. I'm gonna have to glam this one again. Okay, sure, let's do this. No time to lose. Yes, no time to lose, indeed. Okay, let's ride. Okay, back here again, I can always teleport there myself, but my sister and a friend have taken time out to be my personal Uber, so who am I to refuse? All that is here says Hien is awesome. Yeah, I kind of like the voice actor who did Hien. It's pretty cool. I like to see him in some modern outfits. Not that I've got anything against the traditional Eastern garb that he has, but when he comes to Eorzea, at least, because the whole thing with Stormblood is we go to Doma, we help them liberate themselves from the Empire, and then they're supposed to come here and help us in return. So let's see what sort of army he brings. You are returned. I only hope you bring good news. We scaled the cliffs of Neon, the house, and the hope and spied smoke rising from Castrum. I think Marshal Tarpin's right. They didn't fire because they couldn't. Anytime now, Estinian. Come on. Anytime now. Let's not drag this story out any more than it needs to be. If we can just establish that we have an ally in this fight, we can move on to the next phase, which is taking the fight to them. Okay, Pippin here wants to infiltrate the area and take over the cannon. How do we infiltrate the castrum? Men and women under my command have labored long to cultivate a network of informants throughout Gir Abania, including Radiata. What is that, a network of spies? The resistance will handle this as Lise. Our land, our responsibility. So she's taking ownership right away. Doesn't need any sort of settling in time. Well then, if you're all in agreement, I see no reason to refuse you. We will make ready to march on castrum. Go, and may Ralgus, whatever that was, be with you. Sweet. Okay, just give me a second, you guys. I'm having an issue with my OBS here. I see it stuttering. Are you guys experiencing any sort of lag or anything while watching the stream? Okay, let's see. Frame rate, that's okay. Everything looks to be in order, so I don't actually see a problem. Okay, doesn't look like we have a problem. Okay, back to the stream. Alright, onward we go. Dungeon incoming. My apologies for speaking on your behalf. It's what you guys always do in the Scions until I become the leader. Final Fantasy XIV needs to put me in charge of something. I'm tired of running other people's agendas or whatever. I want to, the Warrior of Light or the War of Darkness in whatever, the game's 4th expansion, I want to rule something. I want to be my own thing. And I'm speaking for myself, of course. I know like 15 million people will not agree. they like to, you know, follow a bunch of characters elsewhere. I'd like to take an expansion to chill out, to rule, to build. And then in this 5th expansion we can go back to following other people around. Okay, new katana, +1 physical damage. Let's go ahead and equip that. How does that look? Bland and boring. So what we're going to do is, of course, we're going to glam it. And I have the Mighty Thunderstroke one here, which is what I'm currently using. Which goes from bland to excellent. Good. Now, Elfino. With with tired hands, I am tired. So let's go ahead and do this. So to review, we are to travel to Radiata, where we'll meet with the contact recruited by Marshal Tarpon's agents. Okay. Contact is a Rogadin woman. She'll ask us a question, and we have to answer with courage. It's an easy to remember thing. Alright, let's go do this. I'm getting pretty close to the end. I can feel it. I mean, not the end of my adventures, of course. I'm talking about finishing Stormblood and then starting the pre-Shadowbringers quests. Okay, back to the chat. Mazidi says, GRM says for Game Reviews Malaysia. That is correct. I tried to start. Raphael just subscribed to the YouTube channel. Thank you, Raphael, if you're watching the stream or if you come from another one of those news drop videos out there. Hey, appreciate the support. Welcome. Thank you. Yeah, I tried to start my own kind of thing, magazine, whatever, locally. Didn't quite work out, so I cut it short to GRM, put my name in there, and went personal. I'm like, well, if I can't start a magazine, what I'm going to do is I'll make my own channel about MMOs, and if it grows, then hopefully in the future I can sort of rekindle that. But it's going to be way in the future, though, because it takes a lot of money, it takes a lot of manpower, and I'm going to need an editorial team around me and everything. I can't do everything on my own. Alphino says, see, what did I tell you? Let's continue to Specula Imperators. Where the hell is Estinian? Don't you want to say hi to an old friend? Come on, Estinian, don't let me down. Okay, checking in chat. Jared says, I was thinking, Grandmaster Adrian. Oh, I'm not that vain. There's no universe where I will name myself sort of Grandmaster. Unless, of course, it's an MMO sort of a title. Where, you know, sometimes when you play... Like, for me, MMO titles mean a lot, especially the ones that really force you to grind, or... Like, in Lord of the Rings Online, all the rank PvP titles... this was before the days of where it was very easy to cheat and exploit. It was very hard to get. So, you know, all those ranked titles from Master at Arms to Third Marshal or whatever, Commander, Lieutenant, those were the titles that meant a lot to me, and I would wear them proudly. So, yeah, only in those instances. But I would never actively change like my character name to like Grandmaster or whatever. It's just... That's a little... It's pushing it, right? And when you go into a pug dungeon and you mess up so bad, you know... People will really judge you based on that name you picked. Okay, Alphino is in there. This place is pretty awesome at night, I suppose. Oh, look at that. Is that a griffin of some sort? Yeah, it is a griffin. Not a friendly one, though. Okay, now what? Of course, there were still soldiers lurking about. Fortunately, there were no match for Lease. Come, Rediat us not much farther. Of course, in light of our recent encounter, it would be prudent to proceed with caution and remain vigilant. I don't care. Imperial forces, like, the mobs this expansion hasn't really been that challenging, but they've never really been. I think most of the challenges, at least for me, have come in those group situations, dungeons and trials and things like that. Omega says, Astinian was only helping for Alphino's sake. He has no stake in this war. I wish he would, though. We had Graspy! He says, yo, how you doing, man? What's good? What are you playing, Graspy? Oh, what? What? Imperial Hexadrone. Alright, let's get out of that. Get back in. Yeah, that's one of the cool things that the samurai can do. If I remember to do them, of course. Because the one thing about Final Fantasy's dungeons is if it's going to be your first time in a dungeon and you're so focused on looking at the cues for mechanics, whether it's the cast bar that says something about a particular fight at the moment or something, and or you have an icon on top of your head and you need to get out of the way, most of the time you need to juggle between learning mechanics or remembering mechanics, which is in my case very hard to do on your first time, versus knowing how to get your job rotations off like flawlessly, getting your samurai combos executed, you know, all your DPS buffs and everything. It's tough. Okay, back. Lim says no problems on stream. Okay, awesome, thanks. Lazidi says, which MMO game world will you live in for real life? No question, Lord of the Rings. Middle Earth for me, as a fan of Tolkien's Middle Earth, that has to be the first place I check out. I'd love to walk the fields of Rohan and, you know, go to Rivendell and see, you know, the valley for the first time, Lothlorien, and maybe even Moria. I don't care. Yeah, definitely Middle Earth first. And then I'd do Tyria, Guild Wars 2's world. In fact, I'd visit all the worlds, really. I'm such a big MMO fan in terms of going through and experiencing different fantasy universes and worlds, and kind of why story is pretty important for me, because I love buying into what the people are, what the races are, what they stand for. And I've always said that if your world building in a game is good enough to keep you immersed and invested in the world, it's all the more likely that you will stay and you will want to see what happens to it, because, you know, you're either attached or you're invested, and that's important. Okay, we're looking for a woman. Alpha would say we're looking for a rodent woman. I suppose we'll just have to strike up a conversation with every one of them. Okay, we're gonna manually go and look for a rodent. What the hell is that? What the hell is up with that giraffe? I do not like the way it's looking at me, guys. That giraffe, I just turned around and it was staring at me. That was creepy crap. Imagine coming out of a conversation and you turn around, it's like a creepy ass giraffe just staring at you. That's not cool. Graspy says Warcraft 4 Life. Yeah, the Warcraft universe will be another fun one to walk around in and experience things. I mean, there's just so many zones, so much stories. I gotta find the right one. Rogadin, right? Oh, I'm gonna get in trouble. I do not know what a... Okay, I know that's a Rogadin, but that's not... Nope. Ah, never mind. Young Helsgard. Ain't seen you around before. Takes a certain kind of woman to walk into a place like this uninvited. One with courage, I suppose. Courage, you say? Well, that's in short supply these days. Better keep your head down and go along with 5. Call me a coward, too, if you like. Because I'll not speak on it more. At least not here. Outside Radiata. Okay, we found her. There we go. There's a little thing there where you had to remember. So all those people just skipping ahead all the cutscenes and everything. If you didn't get that part of the hint of the story or something, you may have missed it. Okay, we're meeting her behind a couple of pillars or something outside this little town here, so it could be a trap. May not be a trap. We shall find out. Back to the chat. Omega says, also, mobs will never be a threat to you for a samurai. Your solo DPS is stupidly high. I'm trying to sort of remember my time playing as the Dragoon. I don't remember too much. But it almost had similar mechanics. You could jump in, you could jump out, so getting in and out of combat was easy for avoiding mechanics and things like that. But I can't remember too much about the DPS, except the flanking was sort of a thing with the Dragoon that I just did not enjoy. I mean, it's a given when you play an MMO, you play DPS, most of the time tank turns the boss around and you're always hacking at the butt or at the side, but, you know, for a mechanic where if you want to do extra damage or whatever, you got to do it from the flank was... I don't know, just nothing special about it, because we do it all the time anyway. Okay, overheard soldiers talking while working in the mess. The cerulean pipeline fueling cannon was destroyed by an unidentified male insurgent. 1 man? That beggars belief. Nevertheless, that's what they said. It took a while, but they finally put the fires out, and the engineers have been working day and night to repair it. Wish I could tell you more, but the incident had everybody jumping at shadows. So the cannon could already be fully operational. See, that's where we differ on priorities. Lise wants to know if the cannon's still operational, while I'm with Alphina thinking, 1 man could do that, who would do that, and why would they do that? Are they on our side? So that's where my headspace would be at if we were just told that this cannon that was supposed to kill us all was destroyed by 1 man. Okay, anything good here? Nada, these are offhands. I'll take the spell speed in case I decide to level something up. Omega in chat says the only job that hits harder than the Sam is the Black Mage. And, oh no! I need to be levels. I've been level gated. Really? I thought I was... There was a part of this expansion where I was over-leveled. I don't believe this. I need to be 69 to pick this one up. So apparently, I guess I didn't do enough of side quests or fates or something like that. So I can't pick this one up. So... hang on. I may have to do suggestions in chat or quick raid or something like that. So yeah, I guess we'll take a MSQ break and we'll run some group stuff, I suppose. We go dungeon and you eat. Alright, so we're gonna do a dungeon. Hopefully it's one I've never done before. So that means that there's a high chance for me to increase the death count on stream. Mazid says, what is your opinion about VR like in the anime Sword Art Online? Will it become real? VR in... First of all, Sword Art Online, that's not a... I know that's an RPG, but I don't know if it's like a MMORPG. I've seen it on Steam and a few other places. The fact that it has VR is pretty cool. I don't know. Ask me again in a year when I do manage to, or when I can afford to get my own VR headset, because I can't. They're pretty pricey, so I'm waiting for a price drop and we'll see. I would love to play MMOs in VR, even though I'm not sure how that would work from a third-person perspective, because there's not a whole lot of MMORPGs out there that you're encouraged to play from a first-person perspective. Even like games like the Elder Scrolls Online, where it comes from a franchise where Elder Scrolls games are best played in single first person if you wanted to, you just can't really do the same with Elder Scrolls Online. It's almost impossible to play first person mode. So, although I would love to see it, I guess, cross over. And this is a raid. I think it's a level 50 raid, one that I've done once maybe. I forgot what it's called. I'm gonna skip the cutscene in fear of being left behind. Okay, I've eaten my food. Duty commenced. Alright, let's go. I wish I could tell you Sarkis Tower. I can't even pronounce that. Final Fantasy and their damn names, man. But anyway, yeah, I've done this probably once or twice. I can't remember what the story was about, but this is one of those raids where you're unlocked after the main MSQ at 50, if I'm not wrong. I wish I was the guy who would explain mechanics to you. Not this time. Maybe after Shadowbringers, when I've spent enough time with Final Fantasy as an MMO, where I'm as comfortable about it at the back of my hand, like games like Guild Wars 2 and Elder Scrolls is for me, or Lord of the Rings or whatever, then maybe I could do it. But Final Fantasy, I still consider myself a new player, even though I don't have that green leaf on my head. There's a lot of content I've yet to see and I've yet to do because I'm catching up with the main story. So, I can't tell you what I'm supposed to do here, except I'm gonna go in all guns blazing and just AoE the shit out of everything, because that's all I can remember about mechanics. I know there's one where you'll get an orb, and it's on a tether, and it's gonna come to you, and then you gotta bring it somewhere to a platform. I don't know. But I have full faith in the other people of the raid, and they're gonna do great. I'm just gonna test the healers in here and see how good their healing capabilities are. And I'm also going to lower down the in-game music. Sorry guys, I know that was pretty loud, right? And because it's a level 50 raid, I suppose they die really fast. That's the one thing I notice about these raids, is they do die fast. So I'm kind of wondering how much XP I'll get out of killing all the trash mobs here. Okay, I guess I can check it in chat. I can slack off a little bit. Mazidi says, what's the class with the highest DPS? Black Mage says Omega. And Omega says, gotta run your roulettes every day. I don't have time for it. I wish I did. There are days where sometimes I would commit some time to running it because I'm a DPS. Queues do take some time. And I've got places to be, unfortunately. I wish I could log in every day and do roulettes and things like that, but I've got like 3 other games to cover. So it's just not possible. So, maybe in the future, I will keep that in mind when I'm leveling. I thought the MSQs were supposed to take me up to 70. Like, level gaining main story quests is really old, but I guess Square Enix kind of expects you to do some of the side quests along the way. I just didn't want to do it for, I'm saving that for any other job. The last thing I want to do is spam things like Palace of the Dead or HOH, whatever they call it. Well, lesson learned. I'll keep that in mind for Shadowbringers. I suppose I'll just jump into everything else. But by then, I will be on level anyway, so I'm no longer under the pressure of catching up. Right, so yeah, that's part of the mechanic. Like, somebody got tethered there, and they're bringing it to one of those things. Yeah, so I'm totally just slacking and chilling out right now. So I will check in the chat some more. Midichlorian says, oh, hang on, do I have a tether? No, I do not. Midichlorian says, in the base game, I was over level until I started only doing MSQ, and then MSQ caught up to me. Oh, I took a hit there. I'm gonna die. I keep this up. What is killing me? You know what, who cares? He's almost dead. This is what happens when you try and catch up in chat here. Okay, I've got the thing now, and I'm gonna try and bring it over here. Does it have that? I suppose I think I'm doing it right. No, I'm not. How about bringing it to? Oh, it's that site. Okay, that site doesn't have one. Wait for me. Yeah, okay, at least I remembered that mechanic. Although my health is going way down. Okay, let's get the leech mechanic up. Let's throw some AoEs out there. So colorful, I can't even see my health bar. And that's it. Fun. So I managed to remember out of the entire raid just that one mechanic. So I am now worried for the rest of the raid. That's a level 50 Sam stuff, but that's way under leveled. Is scaling a thing in here? Would loot scale in the future? I know it scales you down, but I suppose Final Fantasy doesn't need to scale things up because they come out with so many new dungeons and raids anyway, right? So there's no point in scaling stuff, older stuff up in terms of the loot and everything. I don't know, because I play games where older content is scaled up, where you know it's a viable way to get endgame gear or take part in endgame as well. So I don't know if Final Fantasy does that or not. And if not, would that be something that you Final Fantasy players would like to see? The thing I'm trying to get used to is when you get scaled down for older content, you lose the skills that you would have gotten at a higher level prior to this scaling down. So, like for now, as a 68 Sam, my rotations factor in a lot of the new skills and job skills that I get. But when I go down to a lower level, my rotation doesn't include them anymore, so I'm just back to running the basic stuff. That can be quite off-putting at times, but over time, I think you'll get used to it. It's really easy if you happen to jump into like a level 10 dungeon though, because you only got like 3 skills to spam over and over again. So that's not really much of a problem. But it's the in-betweens, like from a level 70 or whatever, you come down to a level 45 or level 30, and you have those in-between skills where, you know, what used to take 3 skills to for a samurai at least, what used to take 3 skills for a combo executable now only takes 2, and it's not even, it doesn't even let you execute a combo skill. That's when it really messes up your, you know, your rotation. You're like, what the hell? Okay, back to chat. Lim says, haha, sudden level gate, just do a roulette. Yeah, hoping this one gets me there. I should probably check in-game chat to see how much XP I'm earning. Nothing. Probably at the end, where it's 500. No, it's not 500. It's 50,000. If I'm not wrong. Of course, I can't check my duty thing in terms of how much XP I'm getting. I know you. Do you get XP for killing monsters? What I should probably do is head into my nameplates and turn off the nameplates for the other group. Ay, 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 ay. What is that? Get out of that. Doesn't look good. This guy's burning fast. Ay, 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 ay. I can't even see myself in all this. Alright. Almost dead. So it's like a pretty tanking spank. I don't think that's the end though. I'm sure there's something else to this mechanic. It's just that this guy just burned so fast that we didn't really get. Plus you have all these other side platforms that you could jump between. So I don't know if it's a mechanic in the past or... Because it's definitely harder in the past. I just wasn't here when it was current content, so I can't tell you what that fight was. hopefully Shadowbringers raids and content will be things that I will be doing with the community for the first time, so that will be a really interesting learning curve. And on the Japanese servers, let's just say it this way, it's a double learning curve because you don't have the luxury of open communication with other people like you may have in the Western servers where, okay, we all wiped, we fucked up, what went wrong, what's wrong, how do we fix this and stuff like that. In Japanese servers, you don't, as an English-speaking player, you will not get that luxury. So it's down to you to do the extra work and put in the research about the fuku. Standing in the fire. But yeah, when you play on these servers, the onus is on you to do the extra effort to learn the fight, so you do not, be the one messing things up, and you can't communicate that to your Japanese counterparts. So, but so far so good. Like you'll notice, no one's talking in chat. Everybody's minding their own business. I guess the Japanese data center, everybody is really hardworking here. Except moi, yours truly, who likes doing things blind. That will change for Shadowbringers, I promise. I will have to dig out the 2011 me, the hardcore raider in me, and bring that guy back for raiding. Like even when I got to a point in the Battle for Azeroth expansion where I was, getting to the new raids and everything, I almost lost it. I almost went back into my old sort of self where I would be skipping things. I would be sleeping so late. I would be like not even eating properly. I was just raiding. I got back into that groove, and it's a pretty dangerous lifestyle to live, especially at my age. It's not a good thing. So with Final Fantasy, I don't know. We'll see how the Shadowbringers raid cycle will be, and hopefully there's going to be enough time for me to check out like some of the endgame content before, like I said, games like WoW Classic hits or was that do I have to turn away? Thought I saw one of those iron mechanics. I should probably stay with my group. I remember something like that where you stay with your group and then something's gonna happen nearest to your group's platform, and you're gonna want to take that down. So I don't know what that is. The kum. Okay, tether mechanics are alive and well, and I just saw this guy. Okay, so we're gonna bring the tether to the ad, and that's gonna shrink him down to a more killable phase. I don't know. I'm just guessing right now. Maybe I should just focus on killing the boss. The faster he dies, the less... Oh, shit. Really? What do I do with this thing? What should I do with the tether? Should I bring it to... Do you have a kum or something? Alright, it's gonna touch me. Okay, it shouldn't touch me. Oh, so that's what it does. It makes it a mini-me. I am now the shortest person in the room. Like, my height difference is like... And yeah, there's another player that turned into a frog. As you can see, he's like hopping around in the background. That's a frog, and the frog is used to. I can't remember what the frog does, but you can stop like oh, we're gonna hide behind this, right? That much I remember. Something about hiding behind this thing because there's gonna be a room-wide AOE or something like that. I don't know. Hey. Oh, okay, never mind. I thought I got encased too. Nothing's happening, guys. The boss is casting Curtain Call right now. You can see the cast bar right in the middle of the screen on top of his health bar, which I put there so it's easier for me to see. So I guess we're hiding behind here, and boom. Yeah, okay, so we live to tell the tale. He's almost dead. Let's go and finish him off. I don't know if this is the last boss or not. I have one combo in waiting that I've been saving for like a good 3 minutes. And he's dead. This is not me raiding. This is me enjoying a commentary of me watching others raid, and I'm here. I'm just here watching. Hang on, chat. I'll get to you in a second. Jared says, I would definitely have to say the world for me, especially being able to survive. Definitely Secret World or Age of Wushu, because at least I know about Kung Fu, and Final Fantasy would be epic. Oh, now that you mentioned it, Secret World would be cool. Secret World is modern day. It takes place in our time, but you've got all these Lovecraftian horror stuff coming out, and you know, Cthulhu and all these things. It's scary as shit, but I'd love to be in a world where, you know, we get to experience that. Okay, this guy fight, no clue, but we'll be alright. Okay, moving on, chat. Graspy says, if I had to live in any MMO, it would be Shadowmoon Valley in the Warlords of Draenor X-Pack. Shadowmoon Valley, is that the one where lots of purple and I may have gotten mixed up. I'll look it up after the stream, but I do recognize Shadowmoon. Mid-Current says SOA is a shitty anime that starts promising premise but goes downhill. Unfortunately, I don't know, never played it, so yeah, for those of you that played Sword Art Online, hey, feel free to share your thoughts. And like, I don't actively go out looking for anime-style games to play. It's not really my jam, but, you know, for work I do have to cover it, which is kind of why I like Kurtzspell, because it's an MMO, because it falls under sort of my jurisdiction to go and check it out. It's something that I'll go to because it is an MMO. Jared says, dungeon diving time. Sounds epic. Yeah, we'll see how much XP I get after this. I may have to jump into a dungeon proper in case the raid doesn't cut it. But that's cool. We've had a lot of story content over the past hour or so might as well do a raid now. Okay, I'm not sure what those yellow things were. Now I'm nervous because if I do miss the window to get in one of those yellow thingies, well, we'll see. Yes, the comet falling from the sky. I remember this part. So we're gonna destroy all the side crystals, and then in the middle, there's a giant kind of spike coming down. And we need to destroy this thing in the middle before it comes down. That part I remember. So as you can see, there's bits and pieces of fight mechanics I do remember once I see it, but I'm pretty hopeless when it comes to this stuff. Okay, he's back. Oh, I'm levitating for some reason. That could be a mechanic. I forget. Okay, I got a nice chunk of health. Oh, yippee! He does have a very nice weapon, though, this bad guy. Quake, I guess he's just a room-wide AoE that healers are going to have to heal through. So everybody taking damage there. Okay, back to the same thing. Destroy side crystals and head to the middle to get rid of that one. Yeah, you guys can handle that. I'll go back in the middle like a true DPS, ignoring everything else. Just focus on the main threat in the room. Okay, back to chat. Mid-Current says every season after the first, this one is good, but actually it's worse. Graspy says, if MMO was shutting down, where would I log out? Outside of ICC raid entrance on top of the battering ram where people would gather before raids back in the day. That's interesting. Well, sometimes where your last login is determined by the developers. Like I was there when WildStar shut down, and we had a big party at one of the PvE maps. Well, it's a PvP map because there's two factions in WildStar. You have the Exiles and the Dominion. So there are some maps where both factions can be on it. And yeah, we were just hanging out in this village and just chilling. And oh, level up! Hey, what do you know? The raid was enough. But I sure as hell know that's not gonna be enough for later. Because I know there's gonna be a level 70 quest too. Oh gosh. So that is the raid complete. And I did not feel like I contributed anything at all. Ooh, a wind-up night has been added to the loot list, and I know that's what people have been... Oh shit, that's a lot of loot. Pass. Unidentified pass. Pass. You know what? I'm just gonna pass and everything. Who cares? Pass. Oh, roll? Okay, good. That's a music roll. I'll take that. Pass. I think I already have this one, so I'm gonna pass. And pass. Alright. Heading out. We did it. We got to level 69, which is enough for me to carry on in the next part of the story, which is going to be a dungeon or something like that. Anyway, let's go ahead and catch up in chat real quick, because I know that's been moving. Alright, so let's quickly catch up. Mhigo says, the best, though, to get in this Log Horizon when I finally give it a second chance, singing so much praise. You loved it. Omega says, Circus Tower is pronounced as same as Circus Tower. Also, the way I read it was like Cyricus for some reason. I don't know, it's the name of a dinosaur. Psychosaurus or whatever. Yeah, I see a lot of words that if it reminds me of something else, I'll just pronounce the latter one. Also, this tower is very important to Shadowbringers, so I've been told, which is why I unlocked it in the first place. Mike, but I don't know what for, so if you guys want to fill me in on that, please do so. Mikey says, Crystal Tower questline. Jared says, Ankarane Thanador. Mazidi says, your current level, I am now 69, one level away from the current level cap of 70. Omega says, Circus Tower has amazing music, and I hope you guys heard that. I had to turn it down because I didn't realize combat music was that loud. Jared says the music was epic. Omega says, Palace of the Dead is garbage anyway. They expect you to do the leveling once a day. If you do that, you shouldn't have much trouble. They want people to be in dungeons so others can clear. Which is all great and fine for me, like I said, if I had the time. Omega says my ult right now is 61, despite only starting Heavensward. I started Heavensward at 64. Believe it or not. No loot will never scale up. I hate scale, so yeah, scaling is a thing that not a lot of people like. Nope, I hate that. Omega says Alliance Roulette gives a crap ton of XP. Jared says, I mean, sure, scale back for the tower tier level dungeon and raise, I'm cool with that, but scaling up stuff, not cool with. We have Ravix. Hey, Ravix. It says, hello, Adrian. Could you please tell me what your favorite PS4 games are, if any? Ravix, I'm so sorry to tell you, bro. I do not own a PlayStation 4. I do not own an Xbox One. I do have a Nintendo Switch. I'm the wrong guy to ask for games like that, but if you're going to have a PlayStation 4, you'd want it for the PS4 exclusives, obviously. Off the top of my head, you know, all these Square Final Fantasy-ish games. I'm not the right person to ask for, unfortunately, so I can't really answer you. But if you have an MMO-centric question, feel free to ask me, and I'll happy to answer your MMO questions. PS4, maybe in the future I'll have an Xbox One, I'll have a PS4, all in my room or whatever, and then we can do some stuff, especially if it concerns MMO, because that's my jam. Jared says, when I was playing World of Warcraft, I did put on the tier armor for the old raids to make the fight exciting. That's a common thing, right? Where you take off your current current gear and you wear old gear just to make it more challenging, I suppose. Mazidi says, which class uses dual sword? Oh gosh, probably the ninja or something. I'm not sure. Omega says, communication in a 24-man raid. Haha, you're funny. Hi or bye is a form of communication. I mean, you can't take that away. Jim says ninja. Oh, there we go, ninja. Mikey says, you might be underestimating how many people speak English in the Japanese server and try to help out. See it happen a lot on Typhon and Tonberry. Yes, I'm on Atomos, which is one of the smaller ones, so not yet. That's why I've got stuff macroed here on my right side of the bar. I've got chat macros, so this one's for hello, and when I click it, you'll see it automatically translate that into Japanese or whatever language your client is. So I've got in sequential order. Hello, I'm new. This is my first time here. Sorry in case I fuck up, and please forgive me in case I fucked up. So those are in order of when I, try dungeons or whatever. That's my macros for Japanese translation chat. Mazidi says, you are not even 30s, right? Oh, I'm 69 right now, so very close. Omega says, a shrunken row is still taller than a lala. We have Manthe in chat says, hey, Apple, hey, Manthe. Long time no see, and thank you for the e-gift. Appreciate that. Jared says, mini curse. Bedrock says, thank God Stormblood is coming to an end. Did not like Stormblood at all. Ooh, what did you not like about Stormblood? Bedrock, please let us know. I'm, of course, forming my own opinions, having now going to the end. So we'll see whether we can share and compare notes. Okay, I think I'm all caught up. I'm going to go ahead and pick this up. The Price of Freedom. So this is going to give me, let me guess, new set of pens. Yep. Level 68. Well, if it's a level 69 quest, you give me a level 69 piece of gear. Why are you giving me a level 68 piece of gear? That doesn't make any sense. Anyway, we'll go pick it up and let's get this over with. We have that for which we came. All that remains is to make preparations. Evelyn, you and your ever-dependable allies will enter the castrum with my sister, and I, by the way, of the ventilation ducts leading... Okay. This is a plan of entry. If all goes to plan, our three parties will subsequently converge on this location, and together we will secure the cannon before finally... Okay. This is it. Let's see what this dungeon is called. Not yet. We have to go still search for Imperial patrols. I guess it's gonna lead us all the way to castrum. It's gonna lead us all the way to the dungeon, so it's not that far anyway. And that's that damn giraffe again. Okay, back to the chat. Midgard says SOA is an anime series. It has some non-MMO games spawning from it. It's one of those games, that spawns from popular anime. Like, I've played Naruto online, even though I don't watch Naruto. I was assigned to cover it the same way I'm assigned to cover a lot of things, and I'm like, I don't even get this. Like, what am I? What is happening here? Okay. Onward. Oh my god, we're going in like 20-step radius. Mazidi says, you have Switch? Have you tried Xenoblade? In the past, yeah. But on the Switch, some of the games I primarily play are things that I don't necessarily have time for on the PC. Especially when I'm on the go. And, you know, some of my favorite, like, indie RPGs are on the Switch. Like, if I'm out and about, I'll just load up some Darkest Dungeon here and there. Get my suspense on the go and, you know, things like that. I obviously have Skyrim on the Switch because, come on, man, you could play Skyrim in the bathroom or, you know, anywhere you previously couldn't. Who wouldn't want that? Oh, did we pull the giraffe? Yeah, we did. Okay, almost there. Back to the chat. Mazidi says, I mean your 30s. Oh, my age, not my character. Well, am I in my 30s? That is the question. What do you think, chat? Am I in my 30s? Go. No right or wrong answer. Okay, what do we got? It's dark mode. Almost there, friends. Your point of entry is just around the bend up ahead. The last patrol should be here any moment. Yeah, it's just a basic walk to the dungeon. So, as usual, for those just joining the stream or watching this later, I have a death counter for a reason. I expect to die a lot in here because for this stream series, I do not read guides or watch guides as a new player, so I'm jumping into all these dungeons blind. Most of you that follow this stream series already know that, but in case you don't and you're wondering, why do you expect to die in there? That's the reason. I'm going in blind. No prior research. I'll just figure it out as we go along. Did I miss something? Oh, there it is. My damn chocobo is standing on the... Get out of here, chocobo. Move. Thank you. Uh-oh, my sister in chat says, you will die a lot here. Good luck. Fantastic. Just what I needed to know. Oh, that makes me feel better, I suppose. Athelwyn is the finest warrior I know. Oh, thank you, thank you. And I should like to think we have learned something from our time in your company. Now, where is the entrance to the ducks? Understood. Thank you again for your invaluable assistance. As discussed, Athelwyn, we shall divide into two groups and proceed via separate routes into the castrum. Remember that our objective is to cause as much chaos as possible to draw the Imperials away from Lee's and the men. If nothing else, I'll return to the resistance to force... Okay. Sounds good. This is your last chance, and when you're ready, we shall begin. As I said, I'm not gonna look at a walkthrough or anything. There we go. Duty unlocked. I mean, dungeon unlocked. So, again, I expect to die. And luckily, I'm playing with two other people I know here. And the last person, who's going to be a tank or whatever, is going to be the one suffering because of my cruel jest, I suppose, of doing this on a live stream. So, yeah. Castrum and Banya. Good lord. Okay, back to the chat. Oh yeah, we're talking about my age, yeah. Touchy subject, touchy subject. Matthew says yes. I'm in my 30s. Jared says 32. Graspy says 31. I have t-shirts older than you. Matthew says, was playing Naruto like playing a warden in Lotro? Just yelling. I don't know. Maybe. I know Naruto's noisy. Mazidi says, I think you almost 30 as well. Well, not important. Game. Do not know age limit. So, I'm not 30 yet. Close, but I'm not 30 yet. So, yeah, you're all pretty close, I suppose. Okay, folks in here. Okay, so yeah, so we're waiting on a tank. And now I'm getting nervous. Oh, death is only the beginning, and I need about 10,600,000 XP. I'm probably gonna take tomorrow off and do some roulettes and stuff to catch up. But I'm pretty happy. I'm very close to finishing Stormblood, and I guess I'm good to go for Shadowbringers. And I can finally work on other games too. Jared says, world's tallest rogue woman. Lord Beelcorn says, Storm Giant level 100 rogue with 120 skill points in hide and move silently. Are you guys looking forward to any sort of hang on, some internal chat going on here. Yeah, any sort of games you guys are looking forward to in the near future? See, I get a lot of comments recently like, oh, your channel, you don't cover upcoming games. There's not a whole lot of upcoming games, and from the ones that I watch, it's just regurgitated stuff of, you know, Eastern games coming to the West, and that's been most of what the theme this year's is gonna be. And all the other MMOs that are of the crowd-funded variety. Think of your Ashes of Creation, your Camelot Unchained, what else? Pantheon, Rise of the Fallen, Crowfall, Chronicles of Illyria. There's a ton of crowd-funded MMOs out there. Some aren't even, we're not going to see in the next 2 years. I did make a prediction video at the start of 2019 saying how many we'll see, and I guess I've got it all wrong. Okay, here we go. Castrum Bania. Let's hope for the best. I do not want to hit the 10. I don't want to hit the 10 death count, so I don't want to die more than 5 times tonight. And hopefully we won't. We'll just have to wait and see. Okay, here we go. Another interesting looking dungeon. And chat, if you see me suffering, it's too late to throw out tips about fights and mechanics because there's a delay between me live streaming and you watching on YouTube. The delay is about a minute. So I could already be past that point and you're already typing tips in chat, so don't do that because I'll watch it late. So I'm going to use my macro thingy-majiggy, hello, and I knew this is my first time. You know, just to put it out there to the tank so the tank manages expectation. Okay, let's see. Easy peasy. Start off with some AoEs. Interesting music. Like it's got this very hypey, cheery, upbeat thing going on. Oh, I wonder if we'll face Fordola in here, the traitor. Let's get the damage buff up. Okay, that's done. Not too shabby, not too shabby. How big is this place? Brings back old memories of the pre-expansion era where, you know, level 40 to level 50, you know, you're going through the Praetorium stuff, the Omega stuff, you did see a lot of these types of machinery for the Garlean side, so at least it's bringing back some memories of that period. And I don't think I'll level another alt in Final Fantasy all the way up again, because it just takes too long, and time is precious. I can't afford to do that anymore, so I'll have to go back and watch like my streams from 2017 to see or remember plot lines, or watch other people's playthrough on YouTube. Okay, do I want to risk it? Do I dare check in on chat while I'm doing a dungeon I've never done before? Let's see. Well, it depends on if you guys are actually talking there or not. Let's have a quick look. ZD says, just curious when you say unhealthy sleep-eat lifestyle. Yeah, I guess that's self-inflicted. I could be better with that. I don't want to speak for all writers in general, or all freelance writers in general, but sometimes... you know, you get clients and work calls around the clock, and sometimes the money's too good for you to say no, and you do what you gotta do. You take jobs that are sometimes almost impossible to complete on time or whatever, and that kind of messes up your sleep times. And I think the biggest one for me is being halfway across the world from where a lot of my work takes place, which is in the US and the EU. So I have to be awake when everyone else here is asleep, so that I can communicate and get on the same page with my clients in the West. So that's how it is. Jared says, I saw Square Enix E3. I want to switch so bad. I would hold off on getting a Nintendo Switch at the moment, because I believe there's a next generation Switch coming. I think there's a Gen 2 Switch incoming, which will be more powerful, obviously, than the first one. And which is good, because the first one, while it's great for playing all your indie games and things like that, it does have a lot of limitations. I mean, come on. Like, I'm excited for example, I'm excited for The Witcher on the Switch, because again, another great RPG that you can take with you on the go. But you're playing it in like 540p resolution. That is crap. Like, the world of The Witcher should at least be, you know, better to look at. So I would say wait for the next gen Switch before committing to a purchase. And even by then, whenever that comes out, the Switch should have way better third-party game support, plus whatever originals that you do play, all your Marios and your Pokemons and things like that. Okay, first boss time. Gosh, say a prayer for me. I see two cannons at the side of the fight. I believe these cannons will fire once in a while. I'm of course going to look out for AoE and things like that. I'm nervous. I do not know this boss fight at all. Okay, let's get out of that. Yeah, I'm trying to look at the two cannons there, because I believe those are going to... Okay, that sucked, whatever that was. Okay, so it's just a dancing... Oh, I see. Should I get rid of this guy then? Because he seems to be the guy firing the cannons. I can't target the cannons per se. Can I at least hit this guy? I wish my combo would stop being interrupted. And the samurai does have a ranged attack, which is pretty cool. Can I attack the cannons now at least? Oh my god, nope. The cannon is ready for operation. So I can shoot the cannon then. Oh, really? Is he coming after me? Systems critical, unable to execute while speed control. Okay, so now he's back again. So I don't know if we have to shoot the cannon on... Oh, jeez. Yeah, I don't know if we have to shoot the cannon on him or not. I did not catch that part. But... we're back in business, and this guy's down to half health. So if we can get through the first boss without a death on my part, I'd take that. go. Wham! Ouch. Never mind. Let's keep at it. Damage buff. In between. Speed buff. Slicing debuff. And execute. That's sort of my general rotation. Okay, here he goes again to do his stupid speedy thing. Except I see 3 different ads at the back now. I don't know if... Okay, I'm gonna try and take down the ad. Oh, shit. So now we've got circular stuff too. And it's moving faster. The boss is moving faster around the platform. This is a real dance. Okay, back to the boss. Come on. It's almost down. Okay, almost there, almost there. Okay, damage buff, execute, execute. Slowly chip away. We're almost there. Okay, that looked bad, but it doesn't matter. He's dead. Yes. So that one wasn't too bad because it's pretty obvious what was happening in terms of the lines on the ground, the AoE, and the cannons. But that's it. That's just 1 out of 3, right? So we'll wait and see what the other 2 boss fights are. Okay, so we have a marker there. Defeat 1 magic tank. Yeah, I like tanks who do that because that's really helpful as a new player to a dungeon for the first time. Okay, mark the next one, or no need. I guess it makes sense to go clockwise then. Okay, let's see. I see, so now they spawn ads, I suppose. And we're gonna drag them to the middle of the room, fair enough. Alright, chat, I guess I'm comfortable enough to check in on chat, so let's do it. Yeah, Jared says, Square Enix, I want to switch. I read that already. Graspy says, I am... no, at 48, I am one of the older players in most of my groups. But in Lotro and WoW, I came across people in their 60s and a couple in their 70s playing. That's a really cool story. That's really nice to see, you know, older couples playing or older people playing. And that's totally normal with MMOs. Kind of why we love MMOs in the first place, because it brings people together. Age, gender, race, whatever, religion. Doesn't matter. You play MMO? Cool. In some ways, we've all interacted or you know, connected on some ways through the code, which is interesting. George is a little disappointed in no Dune news. Yeah, that's right. I think we were talking about that. Dune, maybe soon, because somebody was telling me to keep a lookout for, you know, Athlon Games. They announced a new Lord of the Rings MMO last year, right? Somebody was telling me that, oh, they might make a surprise appearance on Switch on the PC Gamer Show, and I'm like, really? Oh shit. But that didn't happen, of course. We did not get a Lord of the Rings, the new Lord of the Rings MMO anyway, from Athlon. No news. In fact, there's been no news since the announcement almost a year ago. I think that was announced in August last year, but yeah, haven't heard back. Jared says, I wonder, would Estinian deal a death blow to loyal Lady of Xenos? That could be interesting. Maybe. I'd like to see him join the fight. I know this whole thing about the Ishgardians didn't want to get involved or whatever, but it would be cool. I mean, we helped them after all. They are part of the Alliance. If Aymeric won't send anybody else, or himself, or even Lucia to come help, then why not? Plus, I think of Estinian as sort of like a free agent now. Like, he's a free guy. He could do whatever he wants in the world, since he's no longer beset upon that Nidhogg curse with the 2 eyes and everything. Plus, he deserves a break. He can now be an adventurer just like us. So why not? Oh, okay, so now we're getting a combo. So we're getting both the side ads and the ads that go around the room. Okay. I'm gonna pay attention to all this stuff because the final boss could be something like that, you know, where they start off by showing you one phase and then you slowly understand, okay, we'll add in more phases, and then by the third phase, it's pretty common for a lot of MMOs to do that. By the third phase, everything you've seen and done from phase 1 through 5 or whatever, it's all in here, so I just need to remember what I've seen so far, just crosses on the ground, lots of AoE. Okay, this is my little pep talk to myself, just to make sure that, yeah, you're right, you're not gonna mess this up. We shall see. We shall see. Boss 2, bring it on. If we're closer. Yep, boss 2. Okay, quick look in the chat. Mazidi says, please live a healthy life. We need Malaysian gamers like you. Oh, don't worry about me, man. I'll be fine. I'll be here for a long time. Touch wood. Well, my table's wood, it's a touch wood. I'll be here. Okay, number... I can't really see the name right now, but I do not like the look of this boss. Pretty freaky with the dual blade thing going on. So, I'm not sure what the mechanic here obviously is. Okay, that's pretty easy to understand. Okay, that's pretty cool. And I lost my combo too, great. Oh shit. I remember this from a dungeon way back. Hey. Oh. Wait, what? My cup runneth over with lightning and ice. What does that mean? What does that mean? I don't know what's going on. Okay, I stood in ice and fire. Maybe there's some sort of a combination thing going on for later on, or when she calls out a certain element, then we have to do the opposite. But I do see that little A icon on top of the fire ring right now, so I don't know if that's supposed to mean something or not. Oh shit. Ah. Okay, so now I've got ice on my head, no longer. So can I attack? Oh no, okay. They're jumping in there, so I guess I'm just gonna stay in there. I have no idea what's going on. Oh my god. Can we just like kill her? She's like down to half health. I mean, okay, I'm going all in. Boris rush, everybody. Oh shit. Just when I had my combo too. Ike. Not sure what that is. Are we going to fire? I suppose we are. Force rush. Die. I wish that... Oh god, I have no idea what's going on. So maybe we're trading buffs or something. I don't know. I mean, whatever. My cup runneth over with ice and fire, so fire here. Get the element he doesn't have. Ice and fire, so lightning. Is that it? Well, he's dead anyway. And I finally get the call out in chat after, so get the element he doesn't have. So when he called ice and fire, he doesn't have lightning, so that's basically what it is. And yeah, something got to do with the elements, but I wasn't too smart to figure it out on my own on my first run. But there you have it. I will remember this for future runs. Okay, back to the chat. Jar says, really? New Switch? Yeah, apparently there's going to be a new Switch coming out. Not anytime soon, but people are kind of hoping that it will be in time for the new Legend of Zelda game, Breath of the Wild sequel, whenever that comes out, so... And that won't happen for at least another 2 years, maybe. Like, a lot of people are pretty hyped about it. Oh, sequel to Zelda. But it's gonna take some time because all they showed us was a trailer. And anyway, speaking of E3, how many of you guys watch E3? How many of you guys have followed E3? What's your biggest announcements from E3? Let's talk about that. Let's see what your favorite announcements are, and I'll share mine too. Cyberpunk 2077, obviously, CD Projekt Red outdid themselves by keeping Keanu Reeves a secret for that long, which is pretty awesome. The trailer sounds interesting. The premise from some of the media previews that I got to read was also pretty damn interesting. You could apparently go through the entire game without killing anybody if you wanted to, and that's interesting. So we'll see. Will it have the same story and character depth as the Witcher franchise has? Because that's the only thing I can sort of base Cyberpunk 2077 on in terms of what our CD Projekt Red is gonna do with it. And because somewhere, I can't remember who said it, but Keanu has like a shit ton of dialogue lines, so there's gonna be a lot of, hopefully, decent story in here. So I'm looking forward to that. What else? Watch Dogs London is another one I'm looking forward to. Simply because of the fact that, you know, you have, what, 500 whatever NPCs roaming London, and you can recruit any of them and play as them, even though you have limited class choices, so hey. Okay, back to the chat. Menti says, okay, Haffle, good luck on the dungeon. I'm about to run the store and grab some Starbucks, and you're welcome for the gift. Thank you. Thank you, Menti. Appreciate you dropping by. I will see y'all soon. Jared says, I know we got a tease for George R.R. Martin's Elden Ring? What's it called? Which looks super epic, and even a reveal for a movie, The Division. Yeah, The Division. I wonder what The Division movie's gonna be about, because I'm not sure how many of you guys watch SNL. For those that know, Saturday Night Live, it's like this comedy skit program that I usually don't have access to here in Malaysia, so I watch it in other ways. Especially for this one with the Game of Thrones cast. Kit Harington was on it, and there was a Division 2 skit in there where he did what I thought was pretty funny. So I wonder what the Division 2 movie is going to be like, and if it's a Netflix, you know, hopefully it'll be alright. We're seeing a lot. We're seeing video game movies being a thing again. The Witcher, for example, also on Netflix, and that's got Henry Cavill in it. So we'll see how that one goes, but. Yeah, I guess it's time to bring back movies and video games again. I'm not saying that it's always been a great success. Like, my earlier days of remembering video game movies are like the first Street Fighter movie starring Jean-Claude Van Damme, Raul Julia, and Ming-Na Wen as Chun-Li. I love that movie, even though it's so cheesy and corny shit. I watched it a lot as a kid because it's so funny, right? Street Fighter. Cheesy action, cheesy dialogue. Mortal Kombat is another one. I think the first Mortal Kombat was okay. I thought I liked it, but all the other Mortal Kombat movie sequels just sucked. Anyway, it looks like we are at the final boss. So let's see what's going on. Is it Fredola, or is it something else? Okay. Not sure what that is. Okay, here we go. Okay, this is gonna suck. Let me just eat some food. And hope for the best. My sister in the in-game chat has said good luck here. So I'm guessing this is the one where I'm going to die a lot. Oh boy. Well, worst case scenario, I'm going to be the guy that just does the limit break real quick. if I see the opportunity to take the limit break, I will not hesitate. Mother, what? Okay, so there's a fire ring that envelops somebody. Go to the edge of the room. Copy that. This way, little one. Take your medicine. So somebody's getting force-fed poison by the sound of things. This does not look good. Get out of the way. Okay, standing on the edge of a platform is a bad idea, so I'm going to space out just nice. What's happening? Okay, he's not casting anything per se, but I am, of course, a melee character. Oh, no you don't. No you don't. Come on, one more. I need one more to get the combo off. And fire. Somebody just level up? No, no. That was the notification. Shit. What is that? Okay. Okay, I got far away from the purple and the side stuff. Whoa! Hello! Woo! In between the lines. Okay. Let's combo this one off. He's down to 50%. I think we're doing okay. Or I'm doing okay, at least, for my first time in here. I still don't know what the... Okay, here's that medicine thing that he says again. So I don't know if it's gonna... Who is he gonna feed this? Ah! Okay, now that's player one. Okay, back off, back off. Don't know what this is. Oh. Oh, I see. Yeah, okay, I'm... See, good thing I turned my back there, because at least now I know what I'm supposed to kill. So, who else? The other DPS. Oh, okay, all good. I got you out. There's one more, and I believe that's for the tank. Almost down, almost down. Hang in there, tank. Hang in there, buddy. Got you. Okay, back to this, sucker. Shit. Okay, fire, fire, fire. My oh shit heal. Katu and Rahu. I'm just gonna stick to the edge here. Not to... Ooh, I thought I was gonna get knocked back. It's down to... Oh, shit. Not again. Well, I guess this is far enough. That's considered a safe spot. Oh, God. Okay, potion, potion. Do I have a potion? Yeah, I got a full heal there from one of the healers. Come on, we're almost there. He's almost dead. We got this. Should use my open eyes more. Damage buff. Speed buff. Damn it. I'm gonna chase you down. No, bad idea. Bad idea. Bad idea. Okay. Oh, damn it. Okay, healer first. Sorry, Seska. I'm going for the healer first. Let's see. Die. 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 This is such a DPS check for me. The other thing. 1, 2. Come on, come on, come on. Dead. Okay, back to the boss. Come on. I don't want to do another phase of that. Okay, let's see. Can we get him? Shit, it's Katu and Rahu. Wasn't anything. Ow, mother. Shit. Close. Okay, back again. Let's go in. Rahu Blaster. We got this. He's almost dead. Can I use... I so want to use the Limit Break right now. In fact, I'm going to do it. Blade Dance. Limit Break. Wham. Yeah. That was the Samurai Limit Break, by the way. That's super awesome. I did not die in a dungeon that I was supposed to die in. And I did not know what the mechanics were. I feel pretty good about that. Experience always helps when you've done a ton of dungeons and you sort of realize all you need to know is a hint of what the mechanic is going to be. I'm going to give the tank, because that's apparently the only one I can give. Lancer Dragoon 69, 69. I'm going to pass on these. Somebody else might be leveling that. Yay! Slash Ebow. Awesome. Yeah, everybody did good. Nobody died. Sweet. Woo! Okay, let's check in on chat, guys. That was a pretty fun dungeon romp. But yeah, Elden Ring or something. George Martin game plus the oh, I forgot what it was. But it seemed like an interesting premise because...
Right?
Okay, I'm going to stop talking here. We have voiced over.
Ah, I think that answers my question. We've accomplished our objectives as well.
Lisa's unit should be advancing upon the fire control center in the command tower. Let us join them.
Hello.
Lise! Thank the 12 you're all right.
And you. There's the control center. Let's hit them hard and fast. Ready?
What's waiting for us? Ah! Hello.
They're here!
It was you, wasn't it? Wasn't it?!
I gave the order to fire.
It was over! The skulls had surrendered, no one else had to die, and you killed them! Your own people! Your own comrades!
You're right! I killed them. Ansfrid, Rudolf, Emlyn, all the rest. Trained and fought with every last one of them. Good soldiers to a man. I gave the order that led to their deaths. And I knew exactly what I was doing.
But why? Why would you do that?
They died so that all Alamegans could live free. That was all we ever wanted. We made a promise that we would do whatever it took, so that one day the Imperials would learn to accept us. But everything comes at a price. And if you haven't got the means to pay, then you pay with blood. Service guarantees citizenship, but citizenship guarantees naught. It's not enough to do your part, oh no. You have to run faster, fight harder, kill more and more and more, and only then will you be equal. That's just how it is out here in the provinces. You buy your freedom with blood. There is no other way.
Shut up! Shut your mouth! You don't get to talk about freedom! You killed your own! They trusted you, and you killed them! Murderer! Butcher! Traitor!
Lise!
Gotcha!
Oh.
I know what you can do. I've already seen it.
Right. So Creel's memories? Or... I don't know.
Alize!
Yeah, I should have been the one to confront her, right? I'm the warrior of freaking light. Come on.
Even so, the odds are against me.
This is the third time this expansion she's done that. With the whole smoke bomb thing. It's being weak.
Coward! Get back here!
Uh-oh. 𝒂𝒍𝒍?
Hero! Lord Xenos invites you to join him for the royal hunt, to be hosted at the palace. You may bring your horde, if you like. All are welcome.
Sounds like a raid or a trial. I guess that's how Stormblood ends. Going to fight Xenos and his pet there. Who's gotten juiced.
She'll be all right, but we'll need to carry her. Will you help me?
Of course.
Thank you. Lise, I leave matters here in your hands.
Right.
Righto, so interesting developments there for the story. Let's go ahead and check in and chat some more. Let's see, Mazidi says your opinion about class advance system, for example, warrior to swordmaster to moonlord and so on. Get back to that in a second. We have Sioper in chat says, I finally quit Final Fantasy today. PvE is the best in the genre, but PvP is the worst, so I will try ESO. If you're quitting Final Fantasy for PvP and you want to check out ESO's PvP, cool. The Alliance War is the three-way war thing, and if you're not on the if you're not playing from North America but playing on North American servers, I wish you all the best because the lag is gonna kill you in there. Light21, hello, says I see you're almost done with the base Stormblood story now. Yes, it took me a long time to get here. How many weeks has it been? And Medicorn says, Yui Bull says hi. Sandu chat says, can I ask you something about BDO? Is it free or you have to pay after the 7 days? 7 days? If you're talking about the free trial promotion, I'm not sure if they're still having it, bro. If they're still having it, then if you manage to get to level 65 or whatever, or level 60, I can't remember what it was, within the 7 days of your trial, then you get the base game for free, if the promotion is running. I don't remember if there's a promotion or not, but you may have to check. Otherwise, the base game is a buy-to-play game, and it's pretty cheap. But like, yeah, Mini-Chlorine over there says $10. I think that's what it is. Fate says Cyberpunk, Final Fantasy VII Remake, Astral Chain. Oh, yeah, I forgot about Astral Chain. That's a Switch exclusive, which looks pretty interesting. New FromSoft game, new Tales game, Ghostwire Tokyo. That looks interesting as well because it reminds me of Secret World Legends, or the Secret World, where it had this Tokyo storyline, and Ghostwire kind of reminds me of that. Japanese horror. I do like Japanese horror. Let's see. Jared says, oh no, major reveal. What is? Graspy says, I don't mind sometimes when I die in a raid or dungeon. It gives me a chance to watch and learn the fight. Yeah, me too. I mean, sometimes it's unforgiving for, new players or veteran players who do not have the patience to just sit there and, do it. Watch people die without helping. Jared says, is Lise a dancer? No, she's I want to say brawler, but I don't think that's the right description for the job. Light 21 says monk. There we go. Minicorn says, wasn't that promotion just Christmas? And Minicorn says, BDO to get 65 within free week trial, I meant. Yeah, it's not impossible, but you have to no-life it. Like, seriously no-life it. And you may have to just downright buy the base package. We got Derek just subscribed to the YouTube channel. Thank you, Derek. Appreciate the support. Welcome to the channel if you're watching the stream or if you're coming from one of my other news videos. And if you watch this later, thank you. Appreciate it. We have Andang in chat. Hey, Andang, how you been, bro? He says, hey, Jerem. Hey, man, how's it going? What games are you playing at the moment, Andang? It's been a while. And I'm checking on in-game chat, too, see what my sister is saying there. Oh, it's talking about BDO. And that's a wrap for the dungeon. Let's go ahead and turn this one in. We did it. Castrum Albania belongs to us now. Now I'm going to people took Elize to Radiata to receive treatment. Alphino tells me she'll make a full recovery. Yeah, it seems like the Scions can't be touched. They're like kind of untouchable in this period. Even though we lost like some of the... I don't mean to put us a spoiler here, but we did lose a couple of people. So I am going to get a Samurai. Yep, there we go, 71. So here's the thing. I know I'm not going to get to 70 tonight, and I do know that the final part of this upcoming trial, I need to be level 70. So I think it's going to be a couple of days before I get to that. So I'm definitely not going to do it on stream tonight. So let's just pick up the next quest and let's hit the next roadblock. So Raban wishes to thank you for your service. Fine work. After Speculant Perturus, we need a resounding victory like this. Thanks to you, Ralgar Star yet burns bright. But lots of losses though. Yeah, for Dola, what did you say? She invites us to the royal hunt? Whatever this royal hunt is. We're almost to the end, but we've still got to save Krill and do so much more. See, I don't know if Krill is alive or not, because what seemed to happen was they did experiments, right? So they may have took like Krill's memories, because from what I gathered there, Fredola learned like the combat maneuvers of Lee's, and so she has, I don't know, I guess the enemy knows our movements, knows our strategy too, because Krill was among us for quite some time. So last chance, we have to catch our breath before the final push. I don't see why not. It's gonna be some off beaten path quest, right? Come with me to Radiata, and from there we'll need to follow another road south. Alright, let's see how long before the next roadblock. Okay, where are we off to? Somewhere there. I'm just gonna put the flaggy up there. And get the free Uber ride. This is one of the cool things. You just pop up and then you get a free Uber. Okay, let me put that in chat. So yeah, I may have to run a couple of roulettes too. Not tonight though. It's almost, what is it? 12:58 a.m. Holy shit. Time flies. Alright, let's check in chat. Jared says, thank you. Last pet experiment like this was done in Final Fantasy IV or V, but in that story they found a person with an affinity to specific magic can bond to a primal and fuse to a higher magic primal. That's interesting. Yeah, I wish I had this pool of memories from past Final Fantasy games to pull from. I don't, so learning all this stuff is pretty dang cool. Annex says, making my way through U24, Veils of Anduin. For any Lotro players watching, almost done already. Nice. How you liking it so far, man? Like I logged in on the patch day because I wanted to check out the 64-bit client, which by the way for me has been awesome. How's it been for you? So I logged into Lotro. I resorted my virtue system, which is something new too, and I'm still getting over the fact that you know, virtues. Each of the virtues has its own level system now, which will be fun for new players. Like for those of us sitting on rank 20, 22 virtues, I think we're right. But for new players starting out Lotro, having to grind the virtue system with XP now is going to be such fun, because in the past you could cherry pick which deeds you needed to grind or whatever. These days you don't have a choice. You need the XP, and XP comes from everything. So good luck. Even after all these years, it's still the same. But I'm getting ahead of myself. You deserve a proper welcome. I'm gonna go for the direct hit rate materia. Liberty or death, and this one's gonna give me an ether current too, which is okay. We'll share with you a story. Let's see. Brought us here for a reason. There's gonna be like some. There's going. Okay, cutscene. Some history lesson.
I wanted to show you this house. My house.
Ah. Well, take us inside.
You mean this is where you grew up?
Aye. Not much to look at, is it? Same could be said of the village. It was damn near impossible to live off the land, barren as it was. which is why so many of us traded our plowshares for swords. Swords and uniforms, mind. We became military men. Tensions were rising between Mhigo and the Empire, and there was always a need for more soldiers to watch the border. It was only a matter of time before the first skirmishes broke out. It's a frightening thing to face Magitech armor for the first time. But after a lot of trial and error, I found ways to bring them down. After a few victories, people even said I had a knack for it. And then one day they hit us. Hard. I was wounded and sent home to recover. Back here.
Uh-oh. It's that Heidelin. It's at Heidelin time? No, it's Visions of the Past.
Will you remain silent for fear of the Mad King's vengeance? Of his eyes and ears in the shadows and his knives in the dark? You, who call this living dishonor our nation. It is but a slow death. Liberty or death? Liberty or death? If this be your creed, then raise up your hands, raise up your voices! Together we will tear Theodoric from the throne! Together we will reclaim our freedom!
That looks like a young Roban. No, that is oh, what's his face? Damn it. Ah, I forgot his name. Ah. Too many characters' names, but yeah, you guys who play Final Fantasy knew who that was. Oh, that should be Roban with the hair.
Send you home to mend, did they?
Aye, sir. Garlean's got the better of us. The chirurgeons say I'm healing well, so it won't be long now.
Younger Roban sounds like Sean Bean.
Liberty or death, is it? Tell me, soldier. What do you think those words mean?
We must needs be willing to die for liberty.
Spoken like a true patriot. But liberty should not be the end in of itself. Liberty is a chance to build something better. A stronger, more prosperous home for our people. It's not quick or easy work. And it is never truly finished. But if you neglect it, then sooner or later, you look up to find you've traded one tyrant for another.
Well, sir, I've never asked for much. Never wanted to live like a king, just wish it were a little bit easier is all. For me and everyone else. And I'm willing to die for that, if that's what it takes.
Dying is easy, soldier. Living is harder. Rest, mend. Regain your strength. You'll need it in the days to come. And mayhap one day we will need it too.
Oh, nice look in the past. At the young'uns. Thanks for the trip back memory lane, Roban. Oh, it's still there, on his house.
Conrad chose you as his successor, Lise, and I will not gainsay his decision. I have but one question to ask. Liberty or death? Those were Curtis's words and his creed. Will you swear by your father's creed before your comrades and the gods?
Ooh.
Liberty or death. That's all you can hope for in war. Father understood that. And you want to know if I do too. I swear to you, here and now, I will fight until the end. Be it liberty or be it death.
Runs into family, I guess.
But the freedom we win must be for every Alamegan, even ones like Fordola, though they may hate us, and the Enanta, though they may fear us. We'll fight, and we'll talk, and we'll find a way to make it work for all of us. Compared to all that, retaking our home will seem like the easy part.
A good oath. And there is naught else to say. You are indeed your father's daughter.
Okay, good break in between, I suppose. A pep talk for Lise. I'm gonna check back in chat. Graspy says Endang, yay. Omega says Fordola was seeing the attacks before they happen. I've already seen it, so yeah, my interpretation was that she could, like a mind reader who's already seen stuff from other people around Krill, or that's how I see it. But unless it's pure magic in a way that it's just mind reading of skills, that's hard to beat. That's cheating. And Data Roxa says it's not Krill's memories, it's something even better. Yeah, I bet if I could, predict, steps that somebody's gonna take ahead, then yeah, that'd be pretty awesome if it was a power on our side. Excuse me. Graspy says the veils are great. I keep dying. Yeah, I need to make time for that. With all the games I'm playing. Yeah, I did buy the quest back, Veils of Anduin for Lotro. I just haven't had the time to jump back in. But I'm all caught up. I suppose I should get started whenever I got time. Jared says Foresight power. She had a sort of red-eye power search during that showdown. Ending says the new client is great. Some of the side quest stories are amazingly cool. That's good to hear. Yeah, because it's no longer VIP. Bought the quest back, so it's just sitting there. Looking forward to going and checking that out. Jared says Fordola needs a hug with some Estinian level love. I don't think Estinian one is in. I don't think he's the type of guy who wants hugs. I don't know. All right, let's turn this in. Even a blind man could see that Lise wasn't herself. Not that I don't understand. To be thrust into a position of authority under such circumstances, to be made responsible for the lives of so many, it isn't easy. You're only talking to the members of the Science of the Seventh Dawn. I mean, we've been in charge of stuff before. No biggie. Alright, Rauban, I'll leave you to your little village. I'm just gonna mend myself here, and, okay, back to Lise over here. I understand he's been away for a long time. I mean, he probably wants to be alone for a while. Let's head back to Radiata. Okay. Uba. Oh, cool. We are heading back to... Hang on a minute. Oh, it's just right down the road. Yeah, so picking up, I guess, now it's just a matter of facing off with Xenos and the other baddies before it comes to an end. I'm gonna take a quick peek at the quest list here. I'm gonna cheat real quick. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 more quests before the final one, and I guess that's 4 more quests before I'm locked out at level 70. So yeah, I'm not gonna get that tonight, so I may continue that sometime during the week. So I guess this is it, guys. We're heading toward the end of the stream here. And by the time I stream next week, or next Sunday, it's going to be one of the last few times I'll do the Road to Shadowbringers. And then it's the final week, because Shadowbringers comes out on the 28th, right? 27th. Well, early access is a couple of days. 28th, I think. And then before that, somebody told me the game will be down for maintenance, so nobody can log in or whatever. So Next weekend will be the last weekend of this catch-up series, and by then I hope to be completely done with the story. So yeah, stay tuned for that. And I guess I'll call it here, guys. It's been a long 3-hour stream. Hope you guys had fun. And yeah, let me just get rid of this icon thing here. Then we'll wrap up. Okay, set. So let's see. For those waiting on Elder Scrolls content, yep, I've got the Elsewhere chapter review coming out soon. And of course, any MMO news in between, you guys will hear it from me. Do not worry. Other than that, Kurtzspell, that anime kind of MMO, I'm going to be jumping in sometime between Shadowbringers, and Astelia, the Korean MMO launching in the West by Baradhor and EA. They have their closed beta starting June 25th, only a few days before Shadowbringers, so I'm going to be jumping into that. I can stream from the NDA, of course, so I'll do like 2 days of that, then I'll put out a video for that. And then I'm going to stop. I'm going to stop everything. I'm going to do Shadowbringers. We'll do hardcore with that. Come out with the Shadowbringers review, and then after that we'll see what's available, Warcraft Classic or 8.2, and then we'll decide what we're gonna do. So for everybody that's been joining this stream series for the last 9 or 10 weeks now, how long it's been since we did this, hey, thank you very much. We're almost at the end, guys. We're almost at the end of the road to the Shadowbringers stream. Next week again will be the last in the series, so it's gonna be at the same time. Hope you guys can join me then. So until the meantime, let's finish up on chat here. Midichlorian says, thanks for the stream. Have good dreams. Thank you, Midichlorian. As always, appreciate you jumping in. You enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Same to you, Grass Peeps. Says, peeps, peace out, peeps. And Data Rocks says, bye, dude. Later. And everybody else that jump in during the stream, thank you guys so much. I appreciate it. So that's it for me. For those of you in my part of the world, hey, have a good night. And for those of you in the West, enjoy the rest of your Sunday and your Father's Day and stuff like that. And I will see you soon. Once again, Adrian here, thanking you for watching. Later, guys.